Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
And welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation, starring Johnny Woodard. And
Still doing that thing, huh?
yeah, Johnny, it's part of the gig, bro. You work hard, you take all day, all night, night in, night out, scripting this show, thinking of every angle, every shot, cut to, open shot, Sam in chair, pondering, super heavy legs. You know, like you write it just like a script.
I wish we'd spend a little more time
think I just-
workshopping this thing.
Literally drooled on my mic.
That's disgusting. You got a cold too, right?
I don't have a cold.
What are you talking about? We didn't even work half the week because you have a
Okay,
cold.
Johnny, I have full-blown AIDS. Okay, much different.
Oh, you get it from the...
I got from my children.
Did you
Okay.
get your HIV from the...
From the toddlers.
the
I
banger?
have kid AIDS.
Okay.
You don't realize that. People don't know that. It's like when you see your children and you see they're sick, you're like, I don't care what you have. You can have anything. I don't care. I'm your father. I love you. I'm not afraid of anything you got. And you're like, you wipe their nose, you wipe it. You're like, Dada's got this.
Well, I can say right now, sitting like 7 feet from you, that I feel the exact opposite about you. So don't get me sick.
Yeah, Johnny.
Keep it in your fucking
Well,
mouth.
Johnny, you don't love me? Is
Don't
that what you're
spit.
saying?
I'm saying not enough to fucking get kid AIDS.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Wouldn't that suck if you got kids AIDS from somebody else's kid?
Yeah. Of course. Or it would suck even more if I didn't even get it from the kid. I got it directly. I didn't even get to see a cool kid and laugh a little bit. I got it from some hairy idiot who comes in here and coughs all over everything.
What are you talking about, Johnny?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you guys so much. You allowed Broken Simulations last episode to get into the top 150.
Top 140.
140 on Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys so
134.
much. Comedy. 144.
134.
Right? 134.
That was
That's
up a little
pretty
bit from last time.
Just think about
137
that
last
number,
time,
Johnny.
134 this
Johnny, just think about that number, okay? How many? So this was, I don't understand the ranking stuff because we got to number 134 on episodes, but we haven't been able to break the big 200 on podcast ranking.
We did a couple times last year, but the chartable only tells you after you do it. So what good is that?
I don't like that. I want to know.
But what I was reading is that the show rankings are based on new subscribers.
We need more subs.
Yeah, and then the episode rankings are just pure popularity. But the show rankings, it's subscribers and then
Comments.
something else that
Stars.
a little bit of that and a
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of like
mixture.
slipping Daddy Apple, the greenbacks.
Oh, yeah. Throw an apple a little bit. Oh,
Yeah,
cash.
something like that.
That's how we see Trevor Noah in the top
Exactly,
50.
because there's some shit in there that nobody listens
Yeah,
to.
for
there's some
sure.
stuff in there. Like, let's go look at the top.
Yeah.
the top
We're not
comment.
angry, but we're furious. Right?
This does come across as extremely bitter, doesn't it?
Yeah, we are. We work hard on it. Well, Johnny works hard. I'm just sitting in until he can find a permanent host.
That's what Chris was talking about. You're just sitting there eating chicken wings this week on
Oh, really?
on Cash Dice. Yeah, it was actually in a text thread that you're in.
Yeah.
If you cared to read your
Well, I
text, you
try
might have
not
seen
to
it.
read at all, as little as possible.
Let's see. Okay, I've never heard of Morbid, a true crime podcast. These are all podcasts. Let me
By
go
the
to-
way, can we
this
just
is comedy.
say-
Okay.
That Will Arnett is fucking fire.
He's crushing it. Have you watched that show on Netflix with him in it? That murder,
No, I will watch it.
It's so. Have you heard of it? Do you know
I've met Will Arnett in person,
Is he
had
cool?
some conversations with him.
Is he cool?
Gun recognizes a gun, bro. And I got a quick gun, and that dude's got a quicker gun.
And he's okay. He's not like.
No, he's a nice dude.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Really nice guy. I
always
mean,
a
like,
relief.
within this group of people that I was hanging out who are all really cool people, he was super loved.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, nice dude. Fire,
This
bro.
show he's got on Netflix is everybody has the script for this kind of cop procedural, like CSI kind of thing.
Yeah.
And except for the guest star, who's like a guest investigator that comes in, it was like Ken Jeong, Kumail Nanjiani, who's everywhere now, and a few other people.
Who?
Kumail Nanjiani.
Who's that?
You know, you don't like him. The Pakistani guy who's in like the superhero movies now. He's like nerd melt, you know.
That got like
guys.
nerd shredded.
Yeah, nerd shredded.
I actually don't hate him.
I thought you really didn't like him.
No, but you know, listen, I did a show with him before.
Made a good movie.
Super funny, you know, but did kind of get lost in that, like, you don't know what it's like to be me. I've been called mean things before. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to life.
Yeah. Yeah. He's okay. But anyway, the show is Ken Jeong's was great.
Well, dude, is there any like part of Ken Jeong, Dr. Ken, that isn't absolutely perfect for what he is and what
amazing.
He does?
Yeah, he's
like,
the best.
He's a doctor. He's Asian. He looks exactly like an Asian doctor, right? And dude, he's incredibly funny and even more of a nice person. Like Dr. Ken is pure gold.
And the guest star doesn't have a script, and they're all doing improv. That's just improv for them. And Will Arnett does some improv.
Smart.
And then at the end, they, after kind of having been walked through this episode, they have to guess or
who the
based on the facts
is.
who the murderer is.
Yeah.
And then the police chief comes out at the end and is like, "You are absolutely fucking stupid. It's not that person. It's this guy." You know, if they got it wrong.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's so funny, dude. It's like they're like 20, 30 minutes. You tear right through.
And my question is, like, what is that kind of like? Where have we seen that before? Like, is this kind of like this is your life almost in a weird way? They got to guess who it is based on clues.
Yeah, kind of. But
is that murder? Oh, it's like a basic murder mystery, right? You remember you go and then you've got to solve the mystery.
But that's a much smaller element of the show than just the improv part of it, you know, and it kind of being funny. Like they're breaking constantly. They're always laughing. You know, Dr. Kent was just, I mean, he was like this whole time just biting his lip, trying not to laugh. It was great.
He's great.
It was very funny.
Nobody talks about Dr. Ken and like the people who super blew up. And I feel like because he's so big, nobody talks about it. And you know who else? You know who else, Johnny? I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to go on a limb and say this guy
You got balls. Do it, man.
needs to be a little bit more recognized.
Okay.
Adam Devine.
Yeah, he's huge.
But nobody really talks
He's
about
so
him.
funny on Righteous Gemstones.
Oh,
man.
dude, he's great. And you know what? He's a really good dude. And I know this episode's going to be
That's good.
Sam sucks off his famous friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it really is a nice guy. Because you know, Johnny, I'll talk mad smack, right? You know I'm not afraid.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get a mix.
You're incredibly negative. Yeah.
What? What'd you just say?
Okay, Smart List. Yeah, that's a big one. Dana Carvey, David Spade. I believe that. Office, like I mean, I guess this is just people love The Office, the American Office. Two Bears, One Cave. I get it. Adam Carolla, of course. Damn, Heather McDonald's pod is up there.
Well, she's always done really well.
I don't know who she is, honestly. I'd never seen her before she fell down.
She's one of the people who came off of the Chelsea Lately crew.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, don't tell me. Yeah, whatever.
These are great.
Andrew Schultz's podcast way up there. Tim Dillon's show. Girls Gotta Eat.
Yeah.
My brother, and me.
Yeah.
No idea what that is.
Somebody told me that Marc Maron, who I love very much,
Yeah, he's up here too.
was shit talking Rogan at the store. And I don't get it.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, like, this is what I want to say. It's like, first of all, Marc Maron is one of the greatest comics to ever do stand-up comedy. Like, I don't know why he doesn't get discussed. It's very weird how there's just certain guys that are put in the discussion as the best doing it right now, and certain guys are just straight up omitted, and they're not even in the discussion. I think Marc Maron needs to be in that discussion as being one of the greatest comedians working today, because his jokes are so on point. They're just so on point.
It's a great writer.
Right? I mean, like, dude, Like,
And his voice, man, he found his voice, you know, and he just lives in.
Great.
I mean, he's great.
He's great. And like, he has one of my favorite jokes about, it's like, oh, what do you want to fuck high school chicks? He's like, yeah, of course I want to fuck high school chicks. That's why there's a law against it, right? And it's a super funny joke, and it's super well written, and all that stuff, right? So he's one of the best. But like Marc Maron, and I even went to Mark and said to him at the Comedy Store in the hall when, you know, right before I decided to take a break from there, and I was like, I don't think you get enough credit for what a great comic.
Yeah, I remember you saying last week that you were all awkward. And
I walked off, right? So Marc Maron is one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite people. But I don't, like, he's one of those guys that, like, suddenly he's, like, super progressive, liberal, worried about...
Suddenly. I mean, he was on fucking... what was Air America or whatever
that
shit was.
But it goes to this, like, who was Marc Maron before that? And Marc Maron was a
Well, that was
cocaine,
20 fucking years ago.
Yeah,
man.
but still, it's like you were a cocaine doing, sex addicted, fucking crazy guy, right? Who back in the day, this is what back in the day used to like make people cry at the Comedy Cellar. Like he used to make people cry. Like, he was known for, like, curb stomping comics' feelings verbally to their face, right? And now you're, like, this super sensitive guy that's, like, all the way the fuck on the left.
Yeah.
Like, I love you. You're the best. But, like, what are we doing here? Like, it's so weird because there's a lot of guys in New York who used to be the old Opie and Anthony group, right? That are like now like progressive liberals. And I'm like, I get that you don't want to be connected with the right because you associate that with religious right. But I think the right is
they associate that with not getting fucking bookings. You know what I mean? That's what they think that's a career move. How many people do you know, honestly, that are like political a little bit because it's a career move? To me, that's like
but that's to me
Hollywood
the sadness
liberals.
of the whole thing. It's like if you just want to do this for work, that's fine. But like behind closed doors, still talking that shit. Like, what are you doing?
I don't believe it.
It's like, dude, if you were considered dark and dirty in the 90s and early 2000s, guess what? The liberal progressive left doesn't like you. They're not going to be like, oh, you're so great. It's like, no, man, you're still that person, right? You're still that fucking person.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, in the 90s, you could be funny and be a leftist back then. You know what I mean?
That goes back to but it's like, what is the authenticity? That's my whole thing. Like, who are you for real?
I don't doubt that. I think Maron has died in the wool, just a blue left wing Democrat. I really do. What does that mean though? Like, describe what that person is. What do you? I mean, I think he's a sort of a coastal elite type. Yeah.
Right, yeah. But that is like, is that like a over the top like? Oh my God, we have to fucking. I feel like for the
no, he's much more of like a George Stephanopoulos type,
like elitist guy.
The guys that got like the Clinton machine, like those people, the people that really supported that, the Clintons. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But there's like a blunt force trauma too of like
James Carville, like that guy, because he was. I mean, think about James Carville, like a killer.
But
on
do you
TV.
think James Carville made people cry? Like verbally annihilated them?
Absolutely.
So what is, okay, so let's get into what is a progressive then? Like, that's my whole thing.
Well, see, I don't think you seem to think it has something to do with personality or how you treat other people. Some of the shittiest people I know are progressives. I mean, and claim to be, you know, bleeding heart liberals, and they're terrible to people.
Yeah, but I just don't get, like, what is going on with Rogan that these guys on the super left who have always aligned themselves with free speech and
they think he's a meathead. That's what it is.
Right, but what is he doing that is so bad?
He's getting an audience doing shit that they think is like lowest common denominator.
Yeah, but we also know that Marc Maron was full on into the hysteria of the last couple years, right? With what's going on.
Well, yeah,
right?
and he still
like there's pictures of him driving around with like a fucking a fucking sneeze guard on, right?
Yeah.
Like on his face. Like somebody might spit in his face and give him fucking some.
I wish they would.
I don't know. I love the guy. Like, Watching Marc Maron do stand-up is so fucking funny.
No, I think he's hilarious,
He's
too,
such a
dude.
great comic.
He's funny,
And
yeah.
I just don't understand why he doesn't understand
I
what
like his
Rogan
podcast.
represents.
I like his podcast.
And when you take a look at like the political spectrum right now that's going on, it's like you got Russell Brand, Jimmy Dore, your boy, fucking
I love what Russell Brand is doing.
Russell
by the way.
Brand,
That, he came out of
from
nowhere
HBO.
too.
What's his
Bill
name?
Maher. Yeah.
Bill Maher.
He's changed. He's
then
changed
you
a
got
lot.
Joe Rogan in. I think's in the middle, and then you got like Tucker Carlson. Who else is somebody that's been pushing back? And Ben Shapiro. Who's the other guy that has the political comedy show that Dave Landau's on too? What's his name? He's got the show. Anyways, by the way, did I tell you that Tommy G got me a guy to get my Instagram back, and I paid some money, and thank God I've only paid half up front because I'm like, hey, anywhere? He's like, I'll get right back to you, and they're like, nothing.
Oh God.
That dude, this guy's got a bunch of like OnlyFans chicks back their Twitters, but I can't get back mine because everything I said was true. I was dropping bombs.
I know some of you out there are sleeping on the same old saggy ass mattress that you've had for the past decade, and in 2022, you deserve better than that. Give yourself an upgrade. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Everybody is unique, and Helix knows that, so they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-sized folks. I took the Helix quiz, and I was matched with the Sunset mattress because I wanted something that felt soft and because I move around all night. I don't just sleep on my side or my back. It's a massive upgrade over the permanently cratered mattress that I was sleeping in before. I used to wake up with neck pain, and that's now a thing of the past. So if you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz, order the mattress that you're matched to, and that mattress will come right to your door, shipped for free. You don't ever have to go to the mattress store and be pushed around by salespeople there ever again. Helix is awesome, but you don't need to take my word for it. Why would you trust me? Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick in 2022 by GQ and Wired magazines. Just go to helixsleep.com/broken and take their 2-minute sleep quiz that will match you to a customized mattress, and that will give you the best sleep of your life. They also have a 10-year warranty for a mattress, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. Wild. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you're going to love it. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/broken. Again, that's helixsleep.com/broken.
Okay, but back to Marc Maron. I love him to death, and I think he's great, and I don't understand what progressives are. I don't understand.
Well, you're injecting some kind of like
feelings,
moral element or
yeah,
something
that's
to it. But
I 100% am.
It's purely political. I mean, it's like how they want to run the country. To me, is
with what? Smile on your face.
Socialism. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Smiles. That's you again. They're putting this thing on it. It's nothing. I mean, think about some of the cold-blooded motherfucking politicians are Democrats from, like just mechanics. Just like getting in there working the system. Like
Right.
Chuck Schumer. That's not a warm-hearted guy, and he's this
I get that, Johnny.
big time
I really do get that.
progressive mover.
I'm trying to find this thing I want.
Nancy
to send it to
Pelosi.
you.
Is she a Care Bear? Fuck no. She's a cold.
She's not,
She's a
Johnny.
lizard. She's a lizard.
She's a fucking pain in my ass. Where is it? I want to find this so I can give it to you, Johnny. And see
Let's see what else is in that. Like Bad Friends, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. I get
oh, they're
why that's
great.
there.
Bobby Lee, we've sucked his dick hard. Time's up. Dan Cummins does not get enough respect.
No, here's
Of
what
how
I don't
great
get.
is. Good to see guys we fucked back in the top like 30. They've
Trevor
always
Noah's
crushed.
up there, 31.
Come on, dude. Anyone buying that? Small Town Murder. Those guys are both great.
Chris DiStefano.
Look who it is. My good friend Gareth Reynolds, who is working with the Dick Cheney of comedy, everybody. Dave Anthony, who couldn't make it in anything unless he fucking has to hook his wagon to a beam of light like a fucking
Like, what is this? The Morning Toast News Network. Never heard
Hey,
of it.
man, who knows?
Cumtown, those guys are making like $800 million a year from Patreon.
Dude, they're great, though.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just amazing how much money they make from Patreon.
Go down. What else we got? I just love
Tiger
this. 'Cause
Bellies,
how many of these
54.
people you have? Look at, dude. Look how good my boy. Look how good Ryan Sickler's doing. I mean, like, that dude is a great
Wasn't he on that other podcast?
Yeah, he was on Crab Feast.
Why did they stop doing that?
They just came to a time like we.
What's the other guy's name?
Jay Lawson.
Why doesn't he do that? Does he do anything now?
I don't know what Jay's doing. I know Jay's kind of like has decided he wants to do some other things. Like he's like producing commercials and TV shows.
Oh, that sounds so boring.
Well, you know, it's like what he loves doing. Good to see Legion of Skanks. Dude, Shane Gillis, Matt McCusker, both
It's
killing
a
it.
Dungeon and Dragons podcast in the top.
Hey, man.
60.
Nerd dorks love the rock, bro.
Oh, hey, what do you know? There's Tinfoil Hat.
Where?
Sam Tripoli.
Oh, it's number 69. What's the? Look at that number, Johnny. Look how much we're up.
Up 52 places.
Look at that, dude.
Nice.
Look at that, man.
We're at Barstool Sports has got like 8 fucking things in this.
I mean, look at that.
Life is Short with Justin Long. Nobody listens to that.
Dude, the guys look at Crimes and Sports are the same guys that did Small Town Murder. Like they're just.
I don't know any of these shows that you're talking about. What is Small Town Murder?
They just discuss small town murders. I mean, it's literally in the name, Johnny.
Stephen Colbert.
Johnny,
Nobody's
your
listening
favorite
to
people,
that.
Bang Bang, comedy Bang Bang.
My dad wrote a porno.
Dude, does anybody buy that Samantha Bee is at all interesting at all? Does she not have Hollywood Pit Viper vibe?
I mean, what the fuck?
Like, does she
Nobody.
not have Ellen vibe?
Sophia with an F. Sloot Media. Never heard
Are
of.
you guys garbage? Dude, they're both. Kevin Ryan is really funny. And H. Foley is fucking hilarious, bro.
Are you garbage? Is
Are
this,
you
is
garbage?
This like, what do they find out if you're like a bad person by asking you
I
questions?
don't know, but
I
it's
think
just
that
a
might
fucking quality show.
Be. Does
Does anybody buy that people give a shit about what Chelsea Handler's saying?
Two Idiot Girls? That's the most honestly fucking named podcast.
Yeah,
I've
good
ever
for
heard.
them. It's not like two chicks sitting on fat dicks or something like that.
Sarah and Vinny, the full show. So this is just some radio show that we've never
Good
heard
for them,
of.
though,
that
dude. Like,
is
how
just
great is
killing
that?
it.
How many
Look at these people, though. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, but who cares?
No, I care. I mean, isn't it? I just find it fascinating that there can be something that's so big that we've never heard of. Isn't that
Yeah, but I
interesting?
love that because, like, if that's a radio show, it's possible that they are radio hosts. And there's so many radio hosts that are like, because I talk to radio people all the time, and they're like, radio's dying. It's dying. So,
Let it die.
Keep
No,
going
there's
down.
Ari.
yeah, Ari
Our
up
good friend,
29.
our sphere.
Dan
Crystalia,
Cummings,
congratulations.
Again, Crystalia is one of my favorite. Good to see him back in the saddle.
No, the only times ours gets in it is if we do like 2 in a week or something like that. It'll start pushing up.
Look at where Whitney was like up 79. That's crazy.
Well, I think what happens, the reason it goes up and down like is when you release an
Yeah, of
episode, you go
course.
up, and then I mean, so it's
Of course, Johnny. Like you didn't. I
Why not?
really,
But you're acting like it's some
I really
remarkable
question
thing.
your belief in our listeners that you felt you had to explain that.
Well,
to them.
no, it's not the listeners. To be clear, it's you that I.
No,
that,
it's-
because
you-
you're acting like it's some big celebration, but
Yeah.
really, it's we put on an episode.
Oh, okay, Johnny. Kill Tony, because I
Kill
think
Tony.
Kill Tony gets most of their.
Yeah, it's got to be YouTube.
It's
right?
on YouTube, right? You made
You
this
made it
one-
weird with P. Holmes. I thought that would be higher up actually.
And Duncan Trussell.
Duncan Trussell, he's playing Tebow's show in Indiana in May now. I
Oh,
think.
yay. He got booked a second time. That's great.
Yeah.
Jason Tebow loves not booking me on STIP.
Doctor,
Shit.
what? He said he wanted you to do it,
Dude,
and you
he's
never got
so-
back to him.
Okay, go on. Who cares? Keep
Dr.
going.
Drew After Dark. Am I an asshole? Now that sounds a lot like Are You Garbage?
Bill Burr.
Anything better? What is
Yeah.
that? Who's
I don't know.
Paul? Who is Paul?
Paul, like, you know, Bill Burr has a couple people that he, like, really believes in. Our good friend Joe Bartnick's on that. He really loves that.
Ask Eliza anything. I would care not to do that. If we put it out twice a week, we would definitely get on there.
Oh, dude, I would lose it if we
Yeah,
put out
it's too-
2
it's
weeks.
takes
Speaking
too
of victories, were you surprised by the amount of people at the Rams
What do you mean at
Rams Super Bowl parade?
Didn't watch it. Don't
Like,
give
but
a shit,
are
don't
you
care.
amazed that like it went from nobody's buying tickets to suddenly everywhere?
Oh yeah, you mean because they won the fucking Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
Does that surprise
It's
you?
a town full of front runners. Of course, I'm not surprised.
And
There's a bunch of people that fucking put their Cowboys jerseys to the back of the closet
Yeah.
and bought a Rams jersey.
Yeah. And that seems to be the problem. Like, I'm a Dodgers fan, and like, there's two teams I do not want to see in the World Series ever. That is the Yankees and the Red Sox, because scumbag Dodger fans will sell all their tickets to those fucking two
Yeah.
groups because they'll pay out the ass
Yeah.
to come see the World Series in LA with the Sun. And
Dude,
people be
well,
like,
yeah.
"What, bro? I'm getting like 3 times ticket value." You're like, "Yeah, you're giving away home field advantage, you fucking fuck."
What did you think about the nobody having a mask on? It's kind of funny, huh? Not one person.
Well,
at
that
the
dude,
Super Bowl.
literally. So, our boy Trevor Cavallo, right, who's done my show multiple times,
Yeah.
and him and I had a little argument. So we're mad at each other right now, because he's full blown retarded, and I'm sure we'll go back to being friends soon. He's the guy that took the picture of
Garcetti?
That picture is from Trevor.
Good for him.
And Ted Cruz put it out, and then boom, it's just
How did he
taken
get
off.
that photo? Was he in that? Was he in?
Yeah,
the
he must
suite?
dude. Yeah, Cavallo is a way. He has a way to work shit, right? So he worked his way into the Super Bowl, and I was really amazed. More people were there than I thought would be there. Meaning, like, people I know.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, dude, tickets were what, 28?
They were fucking
800?
insane. Yeah,
would you- no.
2,800. They were more than that. That was the World Series ticket I bought. It was like 2,700.
Well, look at
Or
how much.
1700,
But
sorry.
I think, Johnny, I saw one for 2,800.
Really? Did it get that low? Because when I was looking,
the
it
top.
was like it was like 5 or something.
Would you,
couldn't get
if
for
it
5.
was Panthers, would you have paid the 5, Johnny?
No, fuck no, not that much, dude. I could do like a couple grand, like, and cry about it, but I
Do
couldn't
you think
5 grand.
Cincinnati got effed?
It was very suspicious how they started. They let them play the entire game to Cincinnati's benefit, especially that one time.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
offensive pass interference.
And then suddenly they get into this. That's doing that. Letting them play the entire game gives the referees all the power at the end of the game, because these guys are thinking, oh, they're letting us play.
Yeah.
And the referees, anytime they want to have an infraction, they can have it, and it'll be legitimate because they're doing it, because they told them they could do it the whole game. And you saw that at the end, they were like, all right, we're going to start calling shit now.
Do you think they weren't actual pass interference though?
No, they were,
Yeah,
but it was
but
shit.
you're
They were
saying that
letting
they
them
weren't
get
calling it before.
They were letting them get away with it.
and the
entire
notion is
game.
you could call it the whole time.
It should be the same the entire game. And,
Do you
and-
think that was a good Super Bowl?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
No, I thought it was a great game.
I think here's the problem is, like, I think we get in a situation where it's like half of us older people, right? Like, there's no defense. They've ruined it, right? But then you see this, like, 35-28 game where it's like, bam, touchdown. You're like, yeah. And then when there's an actual defensive battle, which, like, most of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter, were like, everyone's getting stops.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this isn't fun. I want arena football where people are just John Maddening it, like, long, go long, go long, go long. Right? You just want, Johnny, did you just lean over and fart?
No.
Okay, I thought I heard
No.
you
Oh no.
fart.
Be quiet and I'll let you hear what you might have heard.
Yeah, but it also went where you lifted
Yeah,
the
it did. It was
cheek.
just a coincidence, but it was my
Okay,
finger. That's
all right,
kinda running
respect.
closer. No, I'm looking to see, because I think I'm trying to remember when they missed the extra point, because it fucked me on a bet. Hold on. Only extra. It was all. Yeah, it fucked me on a bet because I had a bet for which quarter would have the most points, and that extra point. Fucked me
Dude,
up.
I thought I was set because I took the over.
No.
On points scored, and I was all I needed was for Cincinnati to kick at least the field goal at the end, and I would have been where I had to be. And then nope, they just stopped him, which I couldn't believe it because Joe Burrow is fucking straight cash. Homie.
He's good, man. Yeah,
Straight cash.
And I'm happy for Matt Stafford. There is part of me though, as a Panther fan, who has been suffering now for a while in a small market, obscurity. Nobody really gives a shit. Seeing LA get a team. Right, and then within a few years, 5 years,
here's the
now
thing.
they're winning it.
The league has conspired to make the Rams good.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I resent that. The halftime show though was amazing. Best thing since Prince, right?
Yeah, easy. So have you heard the conspiracy with that? Johnny, did I send you that?
Only you sent me one thing, and I was like, "Oh, they found something that."
Yeah, that's it.
What was it though? I don't remember.
That the houses that they were dancing on,
looked like the UN or
the UN FEMA camps.
Yeah, you did send me that, but I was even, there wasn't a lot of symbolism when even like I saw Twitter. Isaac Weiss, it was like somebody had commented like, "Boy, there really wasn't a lot of symbolism this year," and he's like, "Yeah, I know, man." So,
what do you think that was?
I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Where's the?
You didn't like. You weren't a fan
that.
of Mary J. Blige in the show.
I do not like Mary J. Blige. I never have, and I thought she brought it down. I thought Kendrick Lamar's a legit guy, but obviously, I thought those two slowed it down a little bit. I would have rather heard another Eminem song.
Well, we talked about how they effed up and showed Dr. Dre.
Like not doing shit, yeah.
Yeah, at a board where there was nothing to do anything at.
And 50 Cent, who was a surprise, is getting fat shamed now for being yoked. I mean, he's just yoked. He's like prison yard yoked.
Yeah. And then they got that fat chick that everyone just can't stop talking about. My friend
who?
Tino, I'll send you this. Who's that big black chick that everyone's like the super fat one?
I don't Megan Thee Stallion?
No.
Oh no, Lizzo.
Yeah. So someone put 50 Cent, fat, broken down. Everyone's making fun of him. Then Lizzo, like strong role model, empowered, winner, sexy, right? And it's just the truth. Joe Rogan said before, fat shaming is only for women. Like nobody feels bad for a guy. And let's just face it, he's not fat. 50 Cent. It didn't help it.
He's not.
He was trying to be like a black vampire.
Yeah, hanging upside down.
Yeah, that didn't look, and blood went to his head. Like, that wasn't that good.
No.
But, dude, it's very hard to be yoked.
He's almost like muscle bound. I mean, he's overtrained.
Dude, he's a fucking jack dude.
Yeah, he's
Right?
I would fuck with him.
And, dude, you forget how big he was at one point.
Oh, God, he was the biggest, man.
And then Kanye was just going nuts.
Yeah,
Right?
Kanye lost it on. Did you see that thing with him and Michael Che, where he when he was going nuts, he offered Michael Che to triple his salary for him to leave that fake motherfucker Pete Davidson, not to have to work in the same building. So Michael Che got on like a notepad, and it was like, I will not disrespect my friends like this. And then he flipped the page. For anything less than triple my current salary.
Kanye is I miss old Kanye, and I miss old Eminem.
See,
I miss
the opposite.
old Eminem.
I didn't like old Kanye, and now I like him.
The music-wise, he was the best.
Oh, no, not the music. Yeah. I'm talking about his
But
personality.
off the handles, Kanye is fucking great.
He's great, and he's
dude.
a great shoe guy. I love his shoes. What he's doing with the Gap. He used to work at the Gap. And he was like, it gave me a job. It gave me an opportunity. I want to help it out because it's kind of dying.
Yeah.
And so he's been designing shit for the Gap, and it's selling. I mean, one of them is just a fucking hooded sweatshirt. Nothing special about it. Let me show you this hooded sweatshirt. Have you seen it?
And he's saving the Gap.
I mean,
I want to do that to Sbarro's Pizza. I want to save it.
Well, maybe you can ask Papa John.
No, you know what I want to do? Pita Pit. Pita Pit's gone, dude.
Did you work at Pita Pit?
No, but I love it. And it's nowhere. The whole reason I played Minnesota, I love the House of Comedy there, but I get to go eat Pita Pit every day, and now Pita Pit's gone. Johnny, see how many Pita Pits are left in America, please?
Nobody gives a shit about the Pita Pit.
I give a shit about Pita Pit, bro.
Hold on, here's the
It's
hood.
my jam.
This is all this thing is, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, that looks like Kanye.
Yeah, it should, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's like people are going nuts
Yeah.
for it. He's got this other thing called the round jacket.
Yeah. That looks like the hoodie that you see the guy that breaks into your house in every fucking alarm system commercial, right?
And then
That's
this
the hoodie
is
you
the
wear.
jacket that people were kind of going. And
I do like the jacket, though.
I almost pulled the trigger on the jacket.
Yeah, Johnny, I would have respected you.
You
if
see
you
how
came
it's
in
kind
here.
of like rounded
Yeah.
off? It's called the round jacket.
Johnny,
And
do you
it's
think
just
that
this big
fits your
black jacket.
personality?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think a nerd dork could pull that off.
Well, no, it just would make. I would look. I'm kind of skinny. What was the? What did you just want me to look at? Oh, how many Sbarros there were?
No, how many Pita Pits are left? And Johnny, will you see how much it costs to get into the Pita Pit franchise?
Fuck, they'll probably pay you to do it.
I think we should try doing it. How many Pita Pits?
Who gives a shit? Go to the mall.
Johnny, I can't find Pita Pits.
Nobody who likes Pita Pit.
Everybody loves Pita Pit.
There's things that everybody loves don't go out of business. Yeah, there's one in Cerritos and there's one up in Santa Clarita.
Okay, where's Cerritos?
It's down the fuck here, down between here and Anaheim.
Okay,
basically.
I gotta go find one.
Other side of Compton.
All right, Daddy's going to eat some Pita Pit.
$100,000.
To get in?
Yeah, to be considered for a Pita Pit franchise, you will most likely need a net worth. Oh no, a net worth of $100,000.
Oh, that's not.
Of which $75,000 will need to be in the something.
Johnny, I just want you to think about it. Let's start a Pita Pit.
70 would need to be in the form of liquid. You'll need 75 in liquid.
Does that mean like sperm donations?
Yeah. That's exactly what they want. That's what the
You
fucking
come with a
people who work.
jizz jar?
That's what they use for mayonnaise. Yeah, Pita Pit.
You're like unvaccinated, bro.
I know. You know what's really actually cheap to get into if you're qualified is Chick-fil-A. It's just that they do really extensive background checks on you.
Yeah.
Because they want you to only own one, and they want you to be active. Like you really got to be in there working.
Yeah.
And they'll give it to you for like not a lot of money. If you
like,
work
what
it.
are we talking? Like $30?
Like $10,000.
Why don't we start one, Johnny?
Because I think they would not let us.
What
have
What
one.
do you think they would? What would you think would be their hang up?
Probably every podcast you've ever put out. Probably.
Okay. All right. What if I found the Lord? Hard.
Maybe.
All right. Well, Johnny, I will be adding to my list of things. Owning a Pita Pit is now going to be on my life goals.
On your life goals of ways that I can spend all my money. Yeah, that's
I would
because
love
you're not
to
going
own
to
a
make
Pita
any
Pit.
money owning a Pita
If I
Pit.
could break even, I could just eat free Pita Pit all the time. I would fucking do it. Johnny, Pita Pit is life.
Don't get high on your own supply, dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? This guy's going to get high as fuck. Because I love their chicken breast with grilled mushrooms and green peppers, bro.
You are
all
such a
fucking
garbage
day.
person. You
Why?
like the worst food.
Why?
What were you? We were on cash days this week, and you were a good half of the show in your mouth, just picking bones and
Dude,
shit.
I had chicken up in my teeth.
I saw you one time go nose to mouth. By the way, you went nose like this, and then in the mouth. I was like, is he like taking a gummer there or
Yeah.
something? And then I'm like, oh no, he's eating chicken and picking his nose.
If someone relies on your financial support, whether that's a child, an aging parent, or even a business partner, you need life insurance. Life insurance can give you peace of mind that if something happens to you, your loved ones would have a financial cushion for rent or mortgage payments, loans, education costs, and everyday expenses. And remember, having life insurance through your job may not be enough. Most people need up to 10 times more coverage to properly provide for their families. Policy Genius is your one-stop shop to find and buy the insurance you need. Click the link in the description or head to policygenius.com and answer a few questions. In minutes, you can compare personalized quotes from top companies to find your lowest price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. The team of licensed experts at Policy Genius will help you understand your options and apply for the policy you choose. The Policy Genius team works for you, not the insurance companies. You can trust them to offer unbiased help and advocate for you at every step until you're covered. Policy Genius doesn't add on extra fees. They don't sell your info to third parties. There are thousands of reviews for Policy Genius on Google and Trustpilot. And since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million people shop for insurance, and they've also placed more than $120 billion in coverage.
head to policygenius.com. That's POLICYGENIUS.com to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save.
All right, Johnny, I have a couple things I want to talk about.
Animal.
Mask mandates, slowly but surely,
Rolling
seem
back.
to be going back.
Thank God.
A bunch of stuff has come out. I don't know what the buzzwords are right now. I don't want to get into them.
Then why bring it up?
Well, because I want to talk about. Have we talked about this before? So our studio is near Tranny Hooker Row, where they do all the strolls.
Yeah.
Johnny thinks I did it purposefully. Okay, that this was done purposefully to get this because we were only some blocks away. All right. But my favorite part of looking at the trans walking, because I do love watching trans hookers walk, it makes me laugh because I just it's like such a bizarro business to me, right? Is that they walk with masks on, right? Trying to get into cars to blow strangers, right? Like, is that weird? Right? Like you got a mask on because you're worried about catching the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get into a car with a stranger for money and have sex with them. And you're most likely going to blow them.
Now, you would know better than I would, but are a lot of them now doing blowjobs with like condoms on? Is that what they do?
How would I know that, Johnny?
Oh, come on.
Johnny, how do I know that?
Oh, come on.
Johnny, do you think that demographic is using condoms? Like, if you had to guess, gun to your head.
Well, no, I used to love to watch. Did you watch
used to love to
like
get
those
trans
HBO documentaries like
I loved
Pimps
all
Up,
that.
Pimps Up, Hose Down,
I loved all
Cat
that.
House, all that
I
shit?
love, like, dude, a big problem I have what's happening in San Francisco, New York, LA, is all the scummy stuff is being ran out. Like, all the stuff that gave, like, it's like why I love Miami,
So
right?
they did at Times Square, right?
Right? Miami's still full-blown Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's funny that trans hookers are still wearing masks as they walk around.
yeah. And then they're just going to hop in and take a shot in the mouth.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. So the next thing is, and Johnny, have you noticed this? In LA, okay, traffic cameras are coming back. I just got a thing saying, oh, we busted you going through a red light, which I didn't. But it's like, you can't do that in LA.
What do you mean you didn't?
I didn't. So you know what, Johnny, what
What'd
is
they
my
get
traffic
you
score? Like what, 17-3? I'm either 15-3 or 17-3, something in there. Right?
Oh, I
In traffic
quoted it
court.
as like 17-3. Yeah.
Okay, 17-3. I'm 17-3 in traffic court.
Although for a long time you said you were 17-0.
No. I did. I was on a winning streak and I lost a couple.
What were the losses?
And make no doubts about it, cops completely lied.
What were the losses? If you have one that's like memorable, tell it to me.
Well, one was like a cop was sitting at the top of this off ramp, and he was busting anybody who was going in the carpool lane that didn't have people in the carpool lane. Didn't have enough people to go.
They really get people for that?
Yeah, they
Fuck
did. They
them for
nailed
that.
me. But what they didn't understand was that I was trying to turn on to the ramp, and this car was coming, so I had to get onto the carpool lane so I didn't get hit.
Oh, see, now I will say, this is interesting. I sometimes get in the HOV lane because I want to. And I've always thought that would be my lie to get out of it, was that I was forced into the HOV lane.
No, they don't care.
What did they say to say that didn't happen?
They're saying that wasn't true at all. The traffic wasn't bad. And I go, you couldn't see it from where you are. The amount of traffic where you were and the amount of traffic was there would not allow you to see how much traffic was happening on the street. Nope, guilty. You're guilty.
Did you go into court for that one?
Johnny, have we talked about my process?
That you can test them. Usually.
Everyone. I can test everyone.
But sometimes they don't even show up, right?
Well, that was a big part. They don't show up and you get out. But then when LA started going broke, they started making the cops have to go. So the cops are writing tickets just hoping you would show up and just pay all, and then they would make money. But then when everybody started showing up and the cops started showing up, city's like, no, you got to start going. So they started showing up. And then I started.
That's when you started losing.
No, well, I lost like a couple, but most of them were where the cops lied. And then I beat one where the cop lied, and I still beat him. So I subpoenaed her. She had to show up to court.
You subpoenaed who?
Dana.
Okay.
And she showed up, and I got her to admit that the way, because they wouldn't accept my video, but they would accept my pictures of what the street setup was.
Wait, why wouldn't they accept video?
Because they're like, it's not on a CD. This was like when, like they were still taking CDs.
Can you turn the mic towards your face, please? Thanks.
It's not. I wasn't on a CD, and they needed a CD for a presentation. They wouldn't take it off my phone to submit it. And then when I just destroyed this cop, she made me wait to the end.
Tell me the details. I'm interested. Like, what did you destroy them? What were they saying? What were you saying?
Okay, so
can you push that mic? It's covering your face from the camera.
Okay, Johnny.
Just push it. Just take the end of it and push
Johnny,
it.
so you're admitting seeing my face is important to the show.
I will admit that. Yeah.
You might at some point agree that maybe I should be the permanent host and not just sitting in until you figure somebody out.
A video podcast probably needs to have somebody's fucking face in it at some point. Yeah.
Temporarily sitting in should be removed, and I should just be a full part of the show.
Well, that's some gag that you made up while you were fucking sitting on a shitter one day, and you think's hilarious. Tell me about the court
Johnny,
case.
I'm not the only one.
Tell me about the court case.
They enjoy drama and storylines.
Tell me about the court case. You're just like Chris Neff, Jesus.
So
Gags.
So what happened was Dana and I were just in. So we were in a little bit of a fight, and she was driving me effing nuts.
And while you're driving?
No, she was in a separate car, and for some reason we had to meet at the post office, and she was driving me fucking nuts.
Okay, that's
so
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I get. Okay, here you go. Here's the state. Let's just go. Okay, go. Right. So then I get in the car. Pollyanna's in the car. We're driving off. We're at. I think it's like Wilcox, and I forget the street. It's like in between Sunset and Hollywood. I forget this. Genesee, I think it is.
Cherokee?
No, Cherokee's farther up. I used to live in Cherokee.
Well, Cherokee's where the post office is. I thought you were talking about that post office.
No,
on Cherokee.
no. This is the.
There's a post office on Cherokee.
The street is Cherokee. Right. I forget what this street is, dude. I forget what this.
Oh, Las Palmas.
Maybe it's Las Palmas.
No, it's go Las Palmas, and then Cherokee is like this with the post office like this, and then Hollywood.
It's right around there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
right?
about.
Right. So.
Yeah, this is something LA people do, like talk about streets and stuff.
Well, it's important.
Yeah.
So I take off from the post office. I get on the side. I get into the left turn lane, and it is right in the middle of like congested traffic.
Yeah, that area is
like
terrible.
Congested, where it's like a clogged artery.
Is that the post office you were going to, the one on Cherokee?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go to make a left turn while traffic is coming towards me, right? I go to make a left turn. As soon as I make the turn, I notice they've completely blocked off the street.
That you're turning onto?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You can't turn into it. There's no traffic. And there's zero signs telling you that this street is shut down.
Probably just expect you to look, where you're headed.
Yeah, but based on traffic, Johnny, it's super. You can't see two cars ahead of you.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm like, oh shit, right?
What do? Hook a Yui?
So I swerve back in because I can't go there. I'm about to get hit by traffic. And then I got traffic coming this way towards me too on the street that I'm on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hurling towards me. So I swerve back in, and then the only place to go so I don't get hit by this oncoming traffic is in the middle turn lane from the opposite end. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Going the other way.
So I'm like, oh fuck. So I drive in there. As soon as I see that, I see a cop is there, and I'm like, shit. So because LA's full of assholes, right? They all block me in. They won't let me get in. So I'm starting to freak out because this cop sees me on the wrong side of the median, the traffic lane, right? So I try to shoot forward, trying to get in. No one will allow me to get in. And I look in my rearview mirror, and the cop's light goes on. And all this, dude, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. I'm literally like, listen, Johnny, it literally goes like this. He's doing a turnaround. There's so much congestion, he has to go like this. Ready?
Wait, to turn around, you mean?
Yeah. That's how much congestion.
You could have escaped so easily, probably.
Well, I knew he's coming after me, so I just pulled into this thing. I just pulled to the side and waited for him.
Did part of you like think like I'm gonna head for the hills, get the fuck out of here?
Now you know dude, I've done stand up about being on the run.
I know, that's what I'm
From the
saying.
cops.
Yeah, where you valeted your car to get away.
I could have done that.
Yeah, that's
But I'm like, dude, it wasn't my fault. Traffic was chaos.
yeah.
So I park. Pollyanna's going nuts when this cop comes. So I'm like, put my hands up, going, hey, can I get out of the car? Because my dog's going nuts and I just don't want any problems with that. He's like, no, sit in your car.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm like, dude, I just don't want you to get pissed at my dog. My dog is super protective. No, sit in your car. So dude, as soon as he writes to me this ticket, I fucking lose it. Dana's like, what's going on? I'm like, I got pulled over by a cop. She's like, why? I go, because of traffic. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, right? So then I start collecting evidence. I'm like, Dana, wait right here. Meet me at the corner. I go, look around, Dana. I need you to visually see everything. Do you see how that's blocked? Do you see how you couldn't see it coming down? Yes. Taking pictures. I did a whole video presentation. So
This is awesome.
So-
I love this.
So day comes. Now the whole thing I would do is I'd show up. I would contest it, right?
Yeah.
Then I would go. They go, okay, you gotta go over here because what they want you to do, they want to make it so miserable, right?
That you give up.
That you just pay it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna go through this, dude. So I say I'm gonna contest it. I go to court. I get in line. I take the latest date they'll give me. What's the last date available? They're like, here, I'll take it, in hopes that this guy won't show up.
Yeah, anything could happen. He could like get a different job or something. Yeah.
I sometimes I'll see if I could push it back again because I'm like late. I'll show up. I'm like, hey, can I push it back again just to buy as much time so he forgets about it.
Yeah.
So day shows up. Your whole hope is. So you go to the court. Have you ever been to traffic court in LA?
No.
It's literally they pull over ugly people. It's all unattractive people.
Yeah.
And you're
I remember you saying that.
like, am I here because I'm ugly? You're like, am I getting a ticket because I'm an unattractive human being? Why am I here with these
I think what it
fucking
might be
ogres
is
and
that
hobbits?
the only people that have the sort of gumption to contest traffic tickets are people that have had a tough life already, you know? And so they're
Well,
ugly.
Johnny, I would have to tell you that I really like unattractive lawyers. Like if I have a lawyer, I want an ugly lawyer. I don't want a lawyer because they're mad at life. They watch all their good-looking colleagues just fly by them, and they just want to fucking scorch the earth.
Yeah,
right?
they weren't busy hooking up. They were hitting the books.
Yeah, they were
studying.
working while everyone else is doing LA law and just doing blow and banging fucking legal aids, right? So I show up, and while you do this, while you're waiting to go into court, you're just watching to see if your cop shows up, right? And you're just sitting there, and you're just waiting.
What did he look like, this guy?
Dude, I could tell you exactly what he looks like. He's the old Cleveland Cavaliers coach that is now the assistant lead coach on the Golden State Warriors. Mike Brown, is that his name? Michael Brown?
That is a basketball coach. You're talking about the huge black guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
That's exactly what he looked like.
Okay, hold on.
Michael Brown. So Michael Brown's the cop that pulls me over, right? I'm just waiting. And then, dude, right before the court is about to start, who walks in? Big old Mike Brown.
Okay.
Walks in. I'm like, fuck.
Is Dana there?
Dana is there.
You said you subpoenaed her.
Yeah,
Okay.
she showed up.
Did you have to subpoena her? Or
I didn't have to, but I just wanted to.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, we have to have your subpoenas in by then. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, you didn't have to subpoena her, though, right? She could have just
Yeah,
voluntarily.
I could have just told her to show up, but you know what? I want to dot the I's and cross the T's.
You
bro.
want her to have some kind of
I want her to
like
have
skin in the game.
legal documents
Okay.
that she has to show up.
Okay.
Okay, L.A. Law Tripoli.
And you
ain't-
did this all yourself.
Yeah.
Like no
I love
assistance
it,
from like
dude.
a attorney friend or
No,
anything.
but Johnny, just know I show up early, and I love to watch all the idiots who get a lawyer for their traffic court because they literally it's unbelievable how many mistakes people make. But all I do is listen to the motions. Motions for continuance, motion for dismissal, motions for, and dude, I'll get up there, Your Honor, motion for continuance. I would like to move this back to another day.
You're like Ted Bundy, who wanted to represent himself.
100%.
He's just reading books and shit.
100%. 100%. I'm just yelling motions that I've heard.
Have you seen that shit with Ted Bundy where he's like proposing to chicks during his murder trial and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, did you ever see the guy who shot up the subway? I think we already did a video of it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
That he's like
it got
asking
us
all-
in trouble though. The
Yeah.
SNL thing. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, we had to cut it
Well,
out.
you know what? Tyranny.
Yeah, tyranny.
So
I love this story.
So, Johnny, I have a theory. You always go dressed to impress in traffic.
Oh, absolutely.
Always.
Court,
Show
for
up
sure.
in a fucking
Respect
suit.
the court. The judge loves it.
People
Yeah.
show up in their pajamas, bro.
That's idiotic.
People show up in their fucking
Nobody
pajamas.
in their pajamas ever won anything in court.
Right. People
Guaranteed.
show up in like FUBU, right?
You were in Alain Dupetit.
Yeah, dog. Dude, you can go down and get what's the name of the suit
Alain
place? Let's give him a
Dupetit, yeah.
shout out real quick. Guys, $60 you can get a fucking suit. Show up to court in a fucking suit.
Alain Dupetit suits.
Yeah. And because you watch just people, they meet with the court and everything is like, I got pulled over because I'm black. That's all they would say. Case, you lose. Bye. Pay the bill.
They probably look at you and they're like, okay, here's somebody who's serious
Yeah.
because you got a suit on.
Yeah. And then I'm doing motions.
Right. No idea what they fucking mean.
Okay. So Johnny, if the cop shows up, right, you can cross-examine them.
That's the part I would love.
I loved it. I've done it multiple times, dude.
Okay. Let's hear about this.
Okay.
I'm
And
excited.
Every time I've done it, I've won.
Come on, let's get into it.
Okay. I have another story. It's even better than this one about traffic court. Have I talked
Why
about
don't we have since you have so many traffic court, we should just make this a running bit here.
Sam Tripoli's Traffic Court.
So what I want to do is establish that he's not telling the truth. All right. So they have this whiteboard and it has basically what looks like an intersection. And then you can use it to display. And I would go, so I go up there, I go, okay.
Wait,
so,
do they have like little magnetic cars and shit?
yeah,
that
you could have that,
okay.
but you could also draw on it, right? And I go, okay, we're going to establish this. Would you agree that this is, let's say Los Palmas? It's not the name. I know it's something else, but it's like, let's say.
Cherokee intersects Hollywood. I mean, if that's what you're talking about.
What's
Cherokee,
the post office? Let's do Hollywood Post Office
It's
cross
Cherokee.
streets. So it's North Cherokee Ave and what else?
Sunset, and then it's DeLongpre. That's south.
DeLongpre, that's it.
Okay.
So it's Cherokee and DeLongpre,
Okay,
right? DeLongpre is
I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to walk the road.
DeLongpre is going
Las Palmas, it's
west
Las
to
Palmas
east. West
to
to east.
DeLongpre to Cherokee. Like
Cherokee is going southeast, south north.
yeah, north
right?
to south, and then DeLongpre is east west.
Yeah, okay. So I go, could you describe the traffic that day, sir? It's had a moderate. Okay.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
It was moderate, he would say,
Moderate,
which
okay.
isn't true. I go, will you describe, and this is where I got in trouble, because I got him. I go, what was the traffic like flowing west to east on DeLongpre? He goes, it was free flowing. It was normal traffic. I go, so what you're telling the courts here today is that the traffic was going from one side of Cherokee freely through the other side on the way down through to La Cienega. He goes, yes. I go, Your Honor, I have evidence here today that would state that the traffic was not free flowing, that on that day in question, Your Honor, that they had actually shut down Dupree, and you could not go through there.
DeLongpre is what you're talking about.
Yeah, DeLongpre.
That's what was shut down.
Yes.
Okay.
On that side, not on the other side.
Got it, yeah.
So you couldn't go straight. So if you were coming down DeLongpre, you would have to make a left to go up Cherokee. And I nailed him. I had all the pictures of the shutdown, all that stuff. Nailed him. She gets pissed at me.
The judge.
She's like, okay, sir. All right. So I'm going to end this right here, right now. Mr. Tripoli, go sit down. Thank you, officer, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much. Here's where it gets super creepy. He waits the whole time. She goes through everybody in the court.
What do you mean?
Okay,
Everybody in the court.
so let me just do real quick. She goes, okay, Mr. Tripoli, please state your side, right? I go, okay. So what was happening, Your Honor, is that I was going down I was going down Cherokee, north to south. I turn on to go to Dupree. Traffic's crazy. There's no sign that they shut down this. The road shut down. Oncoming traffic is hurling towards me. I freak out, so I go over, and the only lane that's open, because there's traffic coming, is this turn lane coming from the other way. So I get in there. I see the cop, the officer's right there in his car. I try to get over. LA won't let me in. Nobody in LA will let me in. So I'm freaking out because the cop just saw me in this lane, so I pulled up. When he pulled me over, I'd stopped for him. I was waiting for him, and I said about him doing a million turns to turn around, right?
Yeah.
She goes, okay, Mr. Tripoli, okay. Well, I'm going to have to hold. She literally goes, I'm going to hold off ruling on this right now. Could you please sit down?
What the That's so weird.
She goes to the officer again. You can go, and you can leave. I appreciate you coming down. She goes through everybody that day. I am the last case she closes out.
What do you think that was?
Well, she brings me up. She goes, Mr. Triple, I got to be honest with you. Your attitude sucks. You aggressive, angry,
Oh, fuck.
unnecessary. She goes, if I could, I would find you guilty of this. She goes, but unfortunately, I can't because, yes, a law was broken, but in the spirit of justice, I don't think you couldn't do anything else. It was like you were stuck in the middle of that. So I'm going to dismiss this, but just know your attitude sucks. And I wish I could find you guilty of this. I'm not going to, but just know your attitude sucks. I'm like, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
So okay, so she knew she was going to do that. She knew she couldn't find you guilty and also be like a decent person. So she punished you in the only way she could, which was to take up how long was that you had to sit there?
At least another hour and something.
So she just stole an hour. You basically got an hour jail sentence to punish you because she didn't like your attitude.
100%.
Fuck her.
Yeah.
Did the cops stay?
The cops stayed the whole time.
Really? That's weird.
That creeped me out, and I thought, oh, man.
Did he look at you? Was he eyeballing you?
yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Mike Brown was eyeballing Trevor.
That's so. He didn't say anything, though.
No,
you guys just walked out.
Definitely, like.
Did you
not
depose
happy.
Dana? Did you talk?
Yeah, I go, Dana. Could you please explain to the what the traffic was like that day? She's like, it's very heavy.
Were you giving attitude? Like, do you think you were?
No,
you were. Huh?
No, dude, I was just like super. I was like super Armo, bro. I went Armo. Okay. I was like, I got this guy. I'm gonna fucking curb stomp this cop for fucking lying.
It's clear, right, that he had no memory of it. He didn't take good
notes.
No,
he didn't. And it's like, dude, again, I'm not anti-cop. I know we got some listener, a guy who's
anti-asshole. Yeah, that's what
yeah. I mean, I'm sure the guy had to show up.
Yeah.
But
no, he's an asshole for giving you a ticket for that, and he's an asshole for lying in court.
Yeah. And it's just like literally I had nowhere else to go. I could not go anywhere but that lane.
He's an asshole for treating you the way he did with your dog barking and stuff.
I mean, it's just crazy, man. So
that's great. We'll have to do that. You'll have to recount your court.
I have like 2 other great stories.
We'll do that. I'm going to make a note of that because I love those. We'll do those every time.
Are you going to run the fucking bum, 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 bum,
oh, yeah.
bum?
This has been Sam Tripoli's Traffic Court.
as you know, my kids gave me full blown AIDS.
Yeah, you're trying to give it to me now.
I am trying. If fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I almost wore a mask this whole.
Dude, please. I would replace you on your own show. Okay. So this is a fun. Tell me if you think this is a funny story because I tried to tell it on stage yesterday and it got no laughs.
Okay.
Where'd
you go?
I did my buddy. I want to get John Mitchell on here. He's like, I love young comics who are really hustling and working hard. I'd like to get him on because he's got some great stories about being busted drug dealing and stuff like that. He went to jail for drug dealing. He's super funny, nice guy.
Cool.
Sometimes says retard shit, and I hate saying that word. I'm sorry. Sometimes says
that's two so far.
Dumb stuff. Okay, Johnny. Every time I say that word, I owe you $1.
Okay.
So I owe you $2.
There you go.
One more. Hit it. I hit to it. There you go. Okay. I'm trying not to say it anymore. So I'm at the. So a great way to both be able to hang out with the kids, have them some fun, because my one daughter, Ghost, loves dogs. She loves dogs. So
your other daughter doesn't give a shit.
She
about
loves dogs too, but like
not the same way.
Ghost loves dogs.
Okay.
So we're like, I'm gonna take him to let's take him to the park, right? And so I take him to the park, and it's so funny. So, Dana's there too, with the girls at the park, and people don't realize something about Dana as much shit as she unnecessarily gets. Like, she's whooped a whole lot of ass in her life. Like, she's done some pretty cool shit. We won't get too much into it, but she's like hung out with the best of rock and roll and done all this stuff. So
just check out the wall in her place. It's just filled with gold records and platinum records. It's amazing.
Yeah. And she also doesn't follow rules. She does, because she's from like 80s rock where they say fuck the rules, right? So we like to go to this Hollywood Park dog park because it's got like a kid's playground.
Is that the one
a giant dog park
between your house and the church down there?
Like, no. That's a different one.
Okay.
That's a different one. The Hollywood Lake Park is like by the Hollywood sign. Do you understand? It's like up towards the valley.
Like Griffith, like that way?
Yeah. So, no, Griffith's that way. Like, this is more like in between Hollywood and the valley.
Oh, okay. North part.
Yeah.
On the other side.
It's between Hollywood and the valley. So we'll go there. So they have a section which is a dog park. Now, the guy who donated the land was kind of an asshole, right? He wanted to donate the land to have a place for people to play, but he hated dogs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But they turned it into, like, people just turned it into a dog park. So for the longest time before, the whole last 2 years, literally park rangers would be driving around going, put your dog on a leash, put your dog on a leash. And if you didn't listen, he would wait for you to leave and write you tickets.
Tickets?
Like for not having your dog on a leash.
Okay.
Leash tickets, right? So it's a dog park, right?
LA, man.
So what they did is like, and this is how you know it's known as a dog park, is there is a section which is fenced off that says no dogs allowed. And this is where people could go that don't have dogs, that don't want to be bothered by dogs.
Yeah.
So I get there with the kids. Dana shows up late because she is bringing the dogs, Pollyanna and Roger, right? Okay. Dana doesn't give a fuck about their sign, which is...
You guys are in the no dogs area?
Okay, so there's like a no dogs area. Then within that area is a kids playground park area, right?
Okay.
So we're hanging out there. So, and we probably won't be back here because Dana's chaotic, right? So we go there. I have Ninja who loves the swings, right? I have her in there. Dana shows up late. Ghost loves the dogs, chases the dog. Ghost sees Dana, runs up to see the dogs because she loves Roger and she loves Pollyanna.
So funny that they're already at that point where they're running now. That's so cool.
Oh,
man.
it's so crazy.
Wild.
Like, I haven't posted pictures of them in a while because of things that have happened.
Yeah.
So, but if you could,
I was surprised you did that to begin with. That you were so public.
well, it
with
sucks
them.
because people love their kids, and I don't want to get into that whole
You know,
stuff.
you should have a private, like a Facebook or Instagram or something. It's just
I'm
people
gonna
you
start
know, like
a private Instagram.
I would do that.
So,
Yeah.
so
It
for
sucks,
just
yeah.
family and really close friends. So they're playing blah 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 blah. Dude, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And when I say literally the funniest thing you'll ever see, and it's almost mean, but it's still so funny. And I tried to tell it on stage, but everyone was just staring at me. So, Roger is like a tiny pug, right?
Yeah,
So Pollyanna's chill. She's so chill.
she's the best.
She's the most laid back dog.
She's still doing okay.
She's great. She's just gotten older, and it's just like
But I
that.
mean, she's okay physically.
Yeah, she's great. She's just getting older. And Roger's like crystal meth, right? He just wants to go. And she's just like, I just want to take my time. So Pollyanna's doing her own thing. Dana walks over. Roger follows her. So as Dana's going to the fence, right, I noticed there's this Indian couple sitting at a park bench, at a picnic table, right? A table. Dude, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing I've ever seen is Dana, like, who doesn't care, opens up the gate. Roger runs in, and Roger just loves everybody. He's got that, like,
Not on leashes?
No, not on leashes.
Okay. So you guys really don't give a fuck.
Oh, really don't care. Dude runs up to the Indian couple and they freak the fuck out. And dude, people think I'm doing this accent for the sake of comedy. This is literally their voice. Donkey, get away! Donkey! Donkey! No! Donkey!
Little Roger.
Like, dude, the smallest dog you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, that's so
and
funny.
these two adult people were just like, no, donkey.
Allergies, maybe? What do you think?
No. And Dana's like, chill out. It's just a pug. She's like, and he's like, lady, you do not understand what it is like to have a fear of a dog. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gold.
That's so
He goes
funny.
to kick Roger, right?
Oh, fuck.
And I would normally lose it, but he's like, get away, mini doggy. Doggy, no, doggy. I can't stop laughing. Because I wanted to take Roger and just throw him in the traffic sometime because he's so annoying.
Oh, I wish you had videoed this.
Dude, I wish I had. I there's part of me that feels bad about it because some people have phobias,
Yeah, or allergies or something too.
right?
Could be, yeah.
Like, I was on Firing the Kid today. I want to get into that. But they were watching a video. There's literally a video out there of people watching this shark eat somebody.
Oh, fuck that.
And I didn't want to watch it.
I don't like watching that stuff.
So I have super phobias, bro. What am I afraid of? Sharks, crocodiles, mafia. Okay, that's what I'm afraid of.
Things that kill you. Yeah.
Things that kill you, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't even know if that's a phobia. That's just called like being
that's called
smart.
survival.
Yeah.
So I felt bad because they obviously had a fear of dogs, but you're at a dog park, right? Like you're at the dog park.
They're in the no dogs part of the dog park. though.
But you're at the dog. Like, if you have a fear, Johnny, like, let's say you're afraid of gays, right? You're really afraid of gays. Do you go to the West Hollywood Halloween Parade?
Probably not.
Right?
No,
like,
even-
you just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
go there.
There's just this one roped off area, for like straights.
Yeah,
only.
straights. Just an area that says dudes who bang pussy.
No
Get
gays.
to hang out
No
there.
gays allowed.
Right? He's like, you stop. No, lady, you do that. And like, he was trying to
Get
fend
that
this
cock
lady.
away from me.
And she was like, but it was the smallest dog you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they were running from this dog. So I'm like, I felt so bad in between the laughs. I was like, okay, I gotta stop this. I'm like, Dana, grab this. I'm laughing the whole time. Grab the dog.
That's so funny. She didn't have him on a leash even in the no dog part. That's so, she didn't.
Dana doesn't care. I always tell Dana, it's like, dude, there's rules to life. You can't just like. She thinks it's like 85, and she just got off fucking tour with fucking like Duran Duran, right?
Yeah.
She's like showing up, fucking a line of blood coming down her nose 10 minutes before her flight takes off. And she's like, dude, Duran, whatever, let me on the flight. I'm like, there's rules. You can't just do that. So I'm like, dude, this is my favorite part. So she gets him on a leash after yelling at him. And I'm yelling at her to leave them alone because they're having anxiety. Even though it's the most ridiculously hilarious anxiety.
Oh God, I wish you'd videoed it.
So, dude, this is the part you're going to love. She gets the dog, and I grab Ninja. We're leaving this area. We're going to get ready to go home. Roger's out of the dog area, and I'm still laughing. And I'm looking at Roger, and I'm like wondering what's going on. And I look back, dude, I hand to God. They're planning their escape. They are on the other side. This Indian couple is on the other side of the fence watching Roger going, when we going to make our break? Like it was a scene from Jurassic Park. You ever know where they're like, okay, man, we got to get to that fucking door.
They're trying to get to turn the power back on or whatever.
Before the Velociraptor sees us. Yeah. That's literally, dude, the look of like, and they're like, as soon as this dog goes one way, they're going to break the cage and fucking run 20 feet to get out of the park. And I was like, dude, are you really hiding and plotting right now? And so they fucking made a run.
Did they really?
Oh,
that's so funny.
Dude, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. For someone who really feels bad.
Is that a cultural thing? Do they not do dogs in India?
No, I think something happened to that woman.
Oh, really?
And all dogs are equal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could see that if she got bit.
Like
as
mastiffs
a child
and pugs are all the same.
It's not very common to keep a dog as a pet in India.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, so the final thing I wanted to talk about, Johnny, then we can get into your stories, is that I have had, I'm kind of trying to walk down the spiritual path, Johnny, where I try to find my fault in a lot of stuff, right?
You're losing your mic again, Sam.
Okay. Where I'm trying to find fault in a lot of stuff I do. And I'm kind of
I can help you with that if you want.
Thank you, Johnny. You're a little too quick on that, okay? It's like my joke about I like being called the M-word in bed, which is true. And it's very interesting when you ask women to call you the M-word, they have two reactions. Which is like, what? No, or they just start calling you the M-word real quick, and you're like, okay, that was a little too fast.
Yeah.
Right? Which I'm fine with. I mean, a boner's a boner, right? So
that's so weird to me that you're into that.
I don't know what it is, bro. It's just something I talked about. I banged this big tit Mexican chick. She called me the M-word, and the rest is now it's
Why do you think she called you the M-word?
I don't know, man.
She just liked calling people the N-word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, it's stuck.
Okay. So where is this going? You're reevaluating your life, trying to take responsibility.
I try to walk the earth. I'm very supportive of. I understand that being a woman in my life with the women that are in my life, that it can't be the easiest thing. Okay, but I am trying to be a different person. I would tell you, Johnny, the guy I am today versus the guy I was 2 years ago, two different people.
Okay.
I would tell you, I feel like I'm as close to 180 as possible. Not fully. I still have a couple vices that I got to clean up. But outside of that, I've pretty much become Zen, motherfucker. Okay? Thank you. You like me, universe. You really like me. So... But I am human, and I don't care how zen you are. If you're a dude, your chick knows how to get under your skin, right? Like they just know buttons to push. Yeah. They know all that. And
Which can you say which person you're talking about here?
all of them. There's nobody.
Because if you're talking about Dana, I mean, she knows how to get under everybody's skin.
No, but and it's not just her. It's literally all of them. Okay? All the women.
I think that's something that genetically women are just like their voices are meant to kind of be shrill and like annoy the shit out of dudes.
Listen, women are wonderful. We don't have a woman on here to get the woman's perspective. I'm trying to get
But I'm not saying
Pelosi.
there's any flaw in women or anything like that. I'm just saying genetically it's something that like it's meant to get our attention or something like that. You know what I mean? And it can be grating.
And listen, you should never hit a woman, ever.
No, I agree with
Right?
that.
You should never hit a woman.
Even if they've said some terrible things.
I mean, there are some things that maybe they go from woman to demon, okay? And then I'm going to hear what it was said, okay? But, like, they just know. And, like, it's very funny because, and Johnny, I don't know if you're there yet, but, like, I feel like as a dad and as a person who has a father, he's my father, right? And we all know they're not superheroes, right? They have their faults, you know, but they're like, you're my dad and I love you. But as you get older, you learn to appreciate your father a little bit more.
Okay.
Maybe warts and all, right? And then you start to understand as you are in your own relationships with women, when your father argue with your mother, when you're young, mom is always right. Dad is being an asshole. You're like, stop it, dad. Mom is all love and light. And then as you get older, you start to see things from your father's point of view. And you're like, okay, now I understand my dad a little more.
I'll just tell you, I in relationships, I see myself doing, without even thinking about it, shit that I grew up with my dad doing. Like, even, you know, just little
You are
silly
your
things.
father's son.
Dude, I'm so much like him, and it scares me every time because I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, obviously I got it from him.
Well, you know, that's a big reason why I got sober, because I was becoming paranoid like my father. Thinking that everybody was jealous of me because of how great I was at this or that and how delusional that was. And I didn't want to be that guy. And, you know, my father is a flawed man.
Yeah.
And I love him to pieces. He's a flawed man, you know? And so I've learned that even through my own recovery in my own life, like, you know, we're all a little bit like, it's this thing about the universe, right? It's like, it's a law of duality, right? Which is everybody has both sides in them. Nobody is all good or all bad. And you could go through all the people. You're like, how could you say that about Hitler, right? Hitler had good? Well, do you like interstate highways? Well, Hitler came up with that. So, like, wasn't all, like, bad. I mean, most of it was really bad. Like,
he loved dogs.
What he did to the Jews. And let's start talking about what he did to the Russians, okay? Bad, right? So, like, there's duality in everything. And so nobody's all good, nobody's all bad. But as you get older, you start realizing that your mother, who you love, was your dad's chick, right? And that comes with its own relationships. And so and you could be the most Zen motherfucker. It's like our RFK Jr., right? And you sent me that thing. And his wife is like, you better be jacked up if you're going to come here. And everyone's like, oh, he's a fraud. And he said the one thing that anybody in a relationship would be, oh, yeah, I get it. And that is like, sometimes I'm not the king of my castle.
Yeah.
And you know who didn't like that? A guy I know who I love with all my heart doesn't have a girlfriend. So he didn't understand that. Like, if you have a girlfriend, you understand, pick your battles.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a long thing. So I've been walking around Hollywood Boulevard a lot, okay? And one thing I've noticed is that there's a lot more people on the verge of fighting each other.
Well, arguments and stuff?
Like almost straight up fist fights.
Okay.
I've watched a couple of them almost happen right there. And you always have to be like, what am I going to do? Am I going to let these, so it's very interesting.
Wait, what are you going to intervene? If I see a fist fight, I'm
what are you doing? Laying
getting the
down
fuck
money?
out of there. No.
You're going to watch?
I'm leaving every time.
Well, the whole point of this rant is I just got in a fight with someone in my life,
Okay.
a woman, got in an argument.
Yeah.
An argument, right? And I was very upset, and I had to walk Roger to walk off like the heated argument, right? And listen, dude, I've been kicked, punched a million times. Never will touch it. Not my style. My mom raised me better. All right. But man, so I'm like, I gotta go for a walk, man, just to breathe, right? I'm walking Roger. And I'm in a weird headspace. I see this guy holding up a door for a woman, like holding a door, and the woman is trying to shut the door. She's like,
Car door?
no, the door to like the front to an apartment complex.
Okay.
And she's like, get out of here. I'm going to call the cops. And he's just sitting on the bike holding it. And like part of me goes into protect mode. And then I'm like, oh, I bet you she's grinding him down too. I bet you she's fucking busting his balls all the fucking time and doesn't appreciate how hard he fucking works and pays all the bills and how everyone lives a really great fucking life because he nonstop works and he's probably going to die earlier than her because he's working his fucking ass off 24/7 to pay the bills and make sure everybody's happy and lives a comfortable life. Right? I'm like, I'm like, dude, I understand.
Now,
And
if you had not just had that argument, is your reaction different?
I'd probably go, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
And instead, you just blasted right past him.
Yeah. He's probably fucking tired from working hard, from paying all the bills. Right? So then I walk Roger and I start to feel bad. So then I walk back around, and if it was still going on,
Just dead on the floor. Huh?
I was going to say something, but they had all moved on.
Okay.
So it was going. But I've been seeing that. So it's very interesting because some people are like, dude, you didn't say anything. Now, I was driving the other day, and this couple's walking, right? This couple's walking, and out of nowhere, the woman just grabs him and slams him against the wall and starts screaming at him. Now, the reaction normally is, ha, this guy's going to get his ass kicked by a girl, which is an old joke of mine. Yeah. By the way, Johnny, I think I've gained like a half an inch on my junk by losing some weight.
Yeah, you mentioned that because we started talking about.
Of course,
that.
I'm shaving it down a little more too, so it looks.
There's
a lot
ways to
longer.
be creative with that.
Yeah, definitely.
You can like cut a little shape around. You
Did
know,
I don't know what I've said, but Eric Myers, God rest his soul, would fucking do. Did I say this? Where one time he got so drunk he was just sending out pictures of everybody of him naked, and he literally shaved like a reverse landing strip into his action, so it was like a reverse one where he just shaved a fucking So it made it look like it was longer.
Yeah. Did it work? Did it look
No,
like that?
because you're like, why'd you just shave a line above your junk? Like it was two big bushes right
He
there.
would just send naked pics of himself.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, the guy was loved.
I had a friend who used to take a picture of his shits and send them to me. So
I hate
guess
that.
I
I would block them and say, never call me again.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Never call me again.
We're in high
So as you know, Johnny, I'm dealing with some knee problems again. I probably gotta go get my knee looked at. I haven't been able to do Krav Maga.
Wait, the blood thing?
Well, it's feeling better, but I still have something's going on right here now with my knee, so I gotta go.
Is this part of the super heavies?
No, I think the super heavies I've been doing fine with that. They're
Okay.
you know, but the truth of the matter is like just there's part of my knee that hurts, so I haven't been able to do hardcore ass kicking Krav Maga as much as I would like, and it very much upsets me. And a big part of this
Maybe that's why you didn't get involved.
mandates I hope that's come to an end is I can go back to train Krav Maga full time.
Wait, I thought you were already starting to go
No,
back.
I was doing privates 2 a week.
Oh, okay. Well, now. Oh, so you're going to go back to doing like.
I would like to go to class so I could do it like 5 days a week.
Got it.
'Cause
Now,
I just want to kill with my hands.
do you think if you had a healthy knee, you would have gotten more involved in these fracases?
No,
that
I
you
think
witnessed?
about that a lot. Like, am I going to go to war with a bum knee? And the answer is, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, the reason I bring this up, I go to another park with my kids, and this one is where the Comedy Rec Basketball League used to be. It's on Beverly, and it's got really nice.
Oh, the Pan Pacific Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they've done recently is they fenced out this one where the baseball diamond was, which is all of this land that people used to play on, they can't play on anymore. So everyone's like kind of freaking out. Like, why did you shut that down?
What's in that building that's there? There's that big building there. What is that?
basketball courts?
Okay.
So now people have to figure out where they're going to do their working out because people like to work out in the sun there. It's pretty cool. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
right next to
really
the
great
Grove,
when
right?
you,
That's
when
what
you
you're
bring
talking
your kids there and it's just like chicks in yoga pants doing like fucking butt workouts.
Yoga pants are like the best.
Oh, they're the
so
best.
good.
And like they're just
so
set up
good.
to make us look at their vajayjays, and you're like, it's not my fault.
No,
It's your design. It's not me. It's nature and whoever invented yoga pants. Which was whoever all somebody did was like, hey, how can I make sweatpants more fuckable? And this notion that like women just wear them because they're more comfortable. Sweatpants are comfortable.
Yeah,
They don't
you're-
show off
you're exactly right.
your fucking camel toe. Okay.
Exactly right.
You're trying to give boners, and then stop acting like you're trying to catch boners out here.
They
So,
know what they're
anyways, I'm there, and this guy, this Asian dude, is teaching this Russian chick martial arts.
doing. Okay.
But it's the worst form of martial arts I've ever seen in my life.
Asian guy teaching a Russian chick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can just tell Russian. You live in LA long enough, two things happen. Your gaydar gets fucking on point. Like you could tell a gay guy from a mile away. And then you could tell Russian chicks. And then the question is it
Dead
Russian?
eyes like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, they do. They're like super hot and they all look like they've been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Right? So you just tell. And he's teaching her like this is like Napoleon Dynamite level karate dojo level karate. Like this would never and he's just walking up to random people, this Asian guy who looks like an extra from Double Dragon, right?
Younger guy?
No, I would say mid-30s.
Okay.
Mid-30s to early 40s.
Okay.
And he's asking people to hold his camera so they can film him doing his karate. So I'm pushing
On her, or he's doing like what?
He's making
kata
her
or
hold the
something like that?
mats and all that. I hold the mitts
Oh,
as he
okay.
does the worst roundhouse kicks I've ever seen in my life. And you're like, this guy is a little unself-aware, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, like what the
Like,
fuck?
have you ever met people like that that just are super unself-aware?
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
And like, you feel bad for them at first, and then they become annoying as fuck.
They're at the Comedy Store, and they
Yeah.
live there, basically.
Yeah, all the
A lot
time.
of them, yeah.
So what
They're-
creeps me out about this guy is he gets done with his session.
They're the reason I don't hang out at the Comedy Store, because I start to identify, like, am I this guy? And then
You're
I just
not
leave.
that guy,
But then I
Johnny.
leave. Then
You're
I
not that guy. Johnny, you're not that guy.
I leave.
Okay?
Go on.
You're
Go
not
on. This
that
is,
guy.
I'm interested. This is
Okay.
the
So here's what
Ballad of
drives
Johnny
me
Yoko
nuts,
here.
Johnny. Here's what drives me nuts. Okay. Here's what drives me nuts. He hangs out in the kids' park by himself for another hour.
After his,
Yeah.
you think he was getting money from her to do whatever that was?
Yeah. He's training her and she was blowing her money. And like, I didn't know what I want to be like, hey, dude, he's teaching you nothing that works.
Go to Krav Maga. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to Krav
If you're a
Maga.
woman, you just need to go. I mean, like, if you want to learn
I'm gonna
martial
be
arts,
honest
that's
with
the
you,
best
dude.
thing.
Krav Maga is the best for women.
Yeah.
Like jujitsu's great too, but like you can't do jujitsu in a street fight, unless it's like one-on-one, right? But how many things are like people with their boys? You start doing that, like, dude, I love Eddie. They're all great, but if you start trying to choke, what stops somebody from coming over there and soccer kicking your head? And like
Stabbing you.
Krav Maga is like get in, get out.
Get out is what you're trying to do mostly.
Fucking do your eyes get now. There's a lot of great jujitsu people out there. I mean, we see street fights all the time. They're fucking people up. But I don't know if I'm a street fight, if that's
Well, especially that
like
requires,
if Rogan gets in a fight with somebody, his jujitsu is gonna fuck up. So I should take that
But
back.
what we're saying is, like, with jujitsu, those are all guys who dedicate hours and hours and hours to
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
If you, Krav Maga, correct me if I'm wrong, is about teaching you the fundamentals, what you need to survive and get the fuck out.
I think jujitsu is an amazing art, and the people who do it are amazing. And I have a lot of friends who do jujitsu, so I want to make sure they understand. Like, jujitsu is really great. Like, as you're finishing somebody, right?
Well, and nobody's saying that if there was a fight between a jiu-jitsu guy and a Krav Maga guy, the jiu-jitsu guy's going to win because it's pretty much been proven to be the best martial art. I mean, let's be honest.
What, jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
yeah.
it is,
I mean,
yeah.
you see it in all the time in MMA. It's like the way they
It's
kill
the one.
people.
Yeah,
it's like
it's the
Eddie
one.
says, you learn to kill people.
Yeah, it's the one.
You learn to kill people.
But for people who can't dedicate their lives to, jiu-jitsu and who don't want to train that way, it's the...
I just love Krav Maga so much. I just
Wait,
love
so
it.
what? He goes and what? Creeps on kids now?
I don't know, man. He's just hanging out. And it's like, what do you say? Like, hey, dude, why are you here right now? Like, Joe Bartnick used to walk up to guys going, why are you here?
That's great.
Do you have kids here?
I knew I
Like,
liked
I have
that.
a real issue. Like Sesame Street. Seems to be a lot of creepers on Sesame Street now. But I go, are they doing that because they're creepers or they just want an acting gig? Right? So, Johnny, if you're an actor and someone's like, hey, you want to be on a kid show? Like, is that
it depends on what it paid, yeah. It would
right?
depend what it-
I,
and
I
how
think
much-
they get
if I
paid
needed
$100
rent,
grand a year, right?
Fuck yeah, I do it. Yeah, if I was an actor, yeah, of course.
I wish someone would write a book about all the shady shit that goes on in Sesame Street, right? Like, oh, they're doing rails of blow. Everybody's
okay.
fucking each other.
As long as it's not like pedo shit.
No, well, dude, I'm sorry, dude. Grown ass dude, super feminine,
It's
wearing
weird.
sweaters.
Yeah, it's
I don't
weird.
trust it.
I don't trust it either.
I don't trust it.
You wanted to clear some things up about Chappelle.
Oh yeah. So
I don't think we need to do long on this, but it's
All right.
just like he probably had a point. We just didn't know what he was talking about last because the news, like they always do, presented the
Manipulated
thing
it.
without any context at all.
Manipulated
Yeah,
it.
they just threw it up there like,
They
hey, Dave Chappelle's
manipulated.
trying to kill
Yeah.
affordable housing.
yeah, they manipulated it.
Fuck CNN.
And what he was doing was this company was trying to game the system by saying it was going to be affordable housing so they could get their urban sprawl in. So they had basically roughly around a little over like 50 acres that they were going to build housing on. And then they said like 1.5 acres were going to be dedicated to low cost housing. Right.
Here's the quote from his spokesperson. Dave Chappelle didn't kill affordable housing. Concerned residents and a responding village council killed a half-baked plan which never actually offered affordable housing. That's according to Carla Sims, his spokesperson.
And listen, dude, I mean, I think there's this notion because Dave is black that he should automatically be okay with like your town being turned into a big town, urban sprawling, right?
Yeah.
And it's like Dave Attell's earned the right to go live in a small town, and
Dave
like
Chappelle.
What'd I say?
Dave Attell.
Dave Chappelle's earned the right to go live in a small town. Like, and maybe people live in a small town would like to keep it a small town.
Yeah,
that doesn't
that's-
mean you're like.
Here's the other thing the spokesperson said. Neither Dave nor his neighbors are against affordable housing. However, they are against poorly vetted, cookie-cutter, sprawl-style development
Yeah.
deals, which have little regard for the community, culture, and infrastructure of
There
the
you
area.
go. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Okay, final thing. I was on Fire and a Kid today.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
I love them. I love them so much. They're both wonderful people. And let me just say something. Chappelle Lacey is one, super funny, and two, the nicest guy. And so he's doing great things. So it was really great to hang out with all three of them. They're really fun. I've said this before. I don't get asked to do people's shows anymore. They just don't ask me to do shows. And maybe I need to reach out to people and be like, hey, can I do your show? Because I've always had this thing where it's like, oh, I'm funny. People should ask me to do their shows, but maybe I need to be more active in asking, but I really don't like to bother people. And I also have this notion that people think I'm the crazy conspiracy guy, which I get, but I'm also like, I've been right, you know? So it's like, I can understand if I was wrong all the time, but I'm right. Like almost not every
you're,
time.
You're for sure like batting like 500, something like that, for sure.
I'd say 950 to get the fuck out of here. But so I don't get asked, like nobody asks Rudolph to do the reindeer games anymore. And I don't mind because I get asked to do conspiracy podcasts all the time, and I would love to help anybody that I can
Well,
help.
also comedy podcasts ain't like it used to be where it was like 5 people with podcasts that anybody listened to, and everybody, trying to go,
Yeah.
doing this circuits. Like,
Yeah.
remember when that was at the Comedy Store? We were doing our Patreon podcast for Punch Drunk. We had fucking Rogan on. We had Bert. I mean, just the killers on the Patreon that like 200 people were listening to.
Listen to me, man.
Never will happen again.
Dude, no matter what happens, Johnny, from here on, they'll never be able to take from us that we were at a time with the greatest. It was the greatest era of comedy at the Comedy Store. I know we talk about it all the time. It was such a blessing. And I don't know if I think we all talked about how great it was, but I don't think you would actually appreciate it till you kind of see where comedy's going right now.
Yeah.
And
That's sad.
I loved it. So I'm on fire, the kid. The reason I go on this rant is like, I also think that I get brought on shows when I do get asked to do it, and they always want to talk conspiracies, which I'm fine with. But I always get really sad when I read the comments and they're like, dude, I'm tired of this conspiracy shit. So I'm always like, I could talk anything, dude. I could literally talk anything. I mean, how long have we been going so far today?
Hour 55.
Right? I could talk anything for as much as I could talk. I love to do it. I don't have to talk conspiracies. I will do it gladly. I just don't want you to look at the comment section and be like, people didn't like that episode, so let's not have them back. I'll talk about whatever you want. If you want me to tell you how the world works, I could do that. But and I said it 1,000 times, I'm like, I want to talk about working out and black dicks and thick chicks and all that stuff that whatever you guys talk about on this fucking podcast, I can talk about. I don't have to talk conspiracies. I'd be more than happy to break down how the world works for you. But if you don't want that and you want to talk about anything else, Daddy can do it.
Yeah. Although that's like, having Michael Jackson on and not talking about
I get
pedo
that.
shit,
I get that. But I just don't want people to think that when I'm on and people don't want to hear about it. But I will tell you, people are more into it ever.
People are more into it ever.
More into it than ever.
Oh, conspiracy shit.
Yeah, they're more open-minded to it. And Johnny, I know it's a different podcast, and you're an intern on that show, but on Tinfoil Hat, like, dude, they're way more into the spiritual stuff now than they were when the show was like.
Yeah, I like that. I like that stuff.
Because that's why Zero started, because people would yell at me that we don't want this woo-woo stuff.
Yeah.
We want to hear conspiracies. And now I've done a couple woo-woo, and they're all like, dude, great episode.
Well, now you also have a show called Only Conspiracies, which I don't understand that at all.
It's just a funny label, Johnny.
You
It's
told
just-
me that you did that show just because you wanted to use that name.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want anyone to start.
I think... Wait. Hold on.
It's all Tinfoil
You
Hat
didn't
Premium.
want anybody else to use that name.
Yeah.
So instead of doing what most people would do, I don't know, like naming your Twitter after or something, or just like trademarking it, sending yourself a
But
registered
it's all
letter.
under Tinfoil Hat Premium.
You said you're just going to use... You made a podcast out of it.
Okay.
Only Conspiracies.
Johnny.
That's the
don't-
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You're the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's not that good of a name.
You're a dumb dumb.
Only
You're
Conspiracies.
a dumb dumb.
Okay. This is from news.com.au, whatever the fuck that is. Drunk brawl breaks out between 2 naked sisters at Disney World. That's the headline. I'm just going to have to read this straight
What?
through. It gets better and better. Just listen. It gets
Drunk
better
brawl dude,
between
okay.
2 sisters, naked sisters.
You want me to be
at
quiet
Disney World.
because this is great.
Well, yeah, because it gets better as it like
Now
builds
the
on
question is, are they 2 hot sisters?
I don't know. I don't have mugshots or pictures, unfortunately. A Jerry Springer-style brawl broke out at Disney World between a pair of drunken, naked sisters, culminating in the duo tussling in the bushes after one slipped on the other's vomit, according to court papers. The newly revealed late October incident reads like the plot of an episode of The Jersey Shore, according to the Disney blog WDWNT. Here we go. The ill-fated evening started out when the sisters, who were tourists from New Jersey, of course, grabbing dinner at Disney Springs at a steakhouse, and then they hit an Irish pub for drinks. When the sisters, aged 29 and 31, were ready to go back to their hotel Off the resort property, their phones died, and a Disney security guard helped them call an Uber. The Uber driver refused to take them, saying they were too drunk. So the security guard called a taxi. Probably not hot. If they were hot, naked, you know what I mean? Like, they're probably getting arrested.
Well, they weren't getting an Uber naked.
While they were waiting, the pair began arguing. The older sister called the younger sister a bad mom and slapped her, according to court papers. In return, the younger sister allegedly threatened to punch her. Police from the Orlando County Sheriff's Office arrived around 12:40 a.m. to find the younger sister screaming and crying near Cirque du Soleil, steps from the Watermelon and Mango parking lots. She was stripped down to only her underwear and sandals, court papers said. After attempting to calm the situation, the security manager said one female slapped the other in the face. At that point, the females began punching, slapping, and pulling each other's hair. The security managers pulled the two drunk women apart, but in true trashy reality show fashion, they rushed at each other. Once separated, both sisters ran at each other, slipping in the younger sister's vomit, and then both fell into the bushes while still fighting. According to the security guard, the younger sister ran a few feet away and took off her dress, exposing her breasts. Shortly after, they began to punch each other again. Eventually, the pair were separated and arrested.
Yeah, that's how you know they're not hot. They got arrested. Nobody arrests hot chicks. Right?
That's so crazy, dude.
Right?
Can you imagine witnessing that?
Oh, it's so funny. Like, women get naked drunk. Men only get naked when they're super high, right? Like, they got to be super.
There is something about fighting, though, that makes people want to take their clothes off. Have you noticed that? Like, guys get in fights, they're often, like, ripping their shirts off.
Yeah,
and shit.
because you don't want to be hockey style pulled over your head.
Do you have this thing? Well, no, I think it's instinct. But you're right. Yeah, you definitely don't want that. Do you have this thing where you take clothes off when you want to take a shit?
No. Here's the thing, Johnny. I think I've talked about it on the show before. I have to have my pants on the shit.
You have to have your pants on.
Yeah, I need pants around my ankles when I shit.
What?
I don't like too much room. I don't want too much leg.
Oh, see, I'm the
movement.
total opposite. Sometimes I just completely strip, especially if I know I'm about to take a shower or something.
No. I don't like shitting without pants on.
That's weird.
I don't like it.
You're weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You're rude.
I just want to, this is something I've noticed with a few athletes at the Olympic Games, and I want to get your opinion on it. It's not really for the news item. It's just, well, I want to hear what you think about it. USA Today. The majority of the host team's country was not born. What? That's a weird, this is USA Today. I'm just going to read the headline. Chinese Winter Olympics men's hockey team is built with players from North America. That's the headline. Many of the hockey team from China do not have Chinese ancestry, yet they are wearing China on the front of their hockey sweaters with pride. It was unique, seeing as I played for USA. Now I've played against USA, said China goaltender Jeremy Smith. That's a real Chinese-sounding name, huh? Who stopped 47 American shots Thursday, but played for the U.S. at the 2008 World Junior Championships. At the end of the day, I'm thankful and honored to be an Olympian, a Chinese Olympian.
So this is weird, right?
What do you think about this? I'm curious.
Okay.
To me, these guys are traitors or something.
Oh, I get that. Okay, so like somebody like Chris Kaman. Do you remember Chris Kaman, the old
basketball player? Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to play in the Olympics, and the USA basketball wouldn't let him. So he had ancestry in Germany.
These people don't have ancestry though. This is Jeremy Smith.
See, that is weird. So what do you do with that? Would we have a problem with this if it was anybody but China?
I think so. I mean, I would. Yeah.
So if these guys are playing for Jamaica, you would be like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, I get what you're saying,
like
Johnny, because I like right now, like one of our
China adds to it though. You're
Bob sledding team is like this hot Canadian chick that's now from America, and she used to be like a gold medalist for the Canadians. Now she's a gold medalist for America, and I'm sure there's Canadians that feel the way you feel right now with seeing her on our team. So I get what you're saying. I just wonder if it's really like amplified because it's China and all the trade wars and all the stuff, and I just don't even know why we would send our athletes to the place where everybody's basically believes this virus came from.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like what they did too. They signed them to This is interesting. The Chinese national team has essentially existed as a Beijing-based team in the Continental Hockey League. That's Russia's pro league. That club, called Kunlun Red Star, began bringing many players in during the 2019 calendar year. One of those players was Jake Chelios, the son of Chris Chelios, the Hall of Fame hockey player. They brought these guys to this team in China that plays in the Russian league, and we're like, hey, listen, in a couple of years, 3 years from now, we're hoping that you're going to be on our hockey team. They get them like naturalized or whatever they need to do. But they basically recruited a team. To me, that's I don't like it.
Dude, I think nationalism is only should in two places: sports and economics. That's it.
Yeah.
And I totally understand what you're saying. I understand that they're trying to just have an Olympic experience that I think a lot of people would love, that maybe you're not good enough to make the American team, but you want to go. I think the issue
I get it, though. If you got like a grandma who's Chinese or something, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I agree. It's possible.
What do you think about this? Have you seen this figure skater? She's like 15, Russian figure skater.
Yeah, we discussed fighting a kid today. Yeah.
She's doped. She was doped.
Yeah, by
adults.
Yeah.
They doped her.
Yeah,
with
I
the
agree.
heart shit that makes you perform better.
Yeah.
But it's heart medicine.
Yeah,
it's like
I totally
serious,
agree.
hardcore heart medicine.
Yeah.
And they're letting her compete. They're refusing to I think and they're saying they're doing it to protect her.
I think they are.
But to me, protecting her is not because they're going to keep doing it. Like they're going to keep finding ways to scratch this. We're talking about Russia, dude. Russia in the last Olympics built an entire building beside the testing facility, cut a hole in the wall, and then just swapped out dirty samples for clean samples.
Yeah, we get it. They cheated for sure.
Yeah. So do you think they're not cheating now? Of course they are.
And
they
that's
shouldn't
what
be allowed.
I think a lot of people
From
have
Russia shouldn't be in
sympathy
this
for that
Olympics.
girl
Yeah, big time.
because she's 15.
She's being abused. That's abuse.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Russia, though, this idea that Russia, the athletes still get to participate, but not the country, is a fucking joke. Dude.
I agree.
They're there
but
wearing
I also
black.
think it has to do with the fact that Russia and China have economic
They own the
agreements
fucking
and power, like strategic war agreements, and
They own the Olympic Committee too. I mean, it's just they fucking pimp it out.
Yeah.
This is from Ars Technica. Clearview AI aims to put almost every human in facial recognition database.
100%.
Investor pitch said 100 billion photos would make almost everyone identifiable, is the quote. The controversial facial recognition company Clearview AI reportedly told investors that it aims to collect 100 billion photos, supposedly enough to ensure that almost every human will be in its database. Clearview AI is telling investors it is on track to have 100 billion photos, and that would be enough to identify almost every person in the world. There are an estimated 7.9 billion people on the planet, if you believe that number.
I don't.
The December presentation was part of an effort to obtain new funding from investors. What do you think about this? It's scary shit, right?
Yeah, of course. You got these nerd dorks that are just hurling us towards fucking 1984 and the fucking Matrix.
And you know where they're getting the photos, right? You ready for the?
Snapchat?
Yeah, exactly. As the post noted, Clearview has built its database by taking images from social networks and other online sources without the consent of the websites or the people who were photographed. Facebook, Google, Twitter, and YouTube have demanded the company stop taking photos from their sites.
Never
They don't
gonna
give
happen,
a fuck.
dude.
No.
It's never going to happen.
It's protected by the First Amendment, according to Clearview. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fight everybody.
It's crazy, right? Okay, now my favorite story is coming up here. This is a video that goes, I'm just going to read you the headline.
Yeah.
This is from Orlando's newspaper. Video, drunken woman on motorized suitcase leads police chase through Orlando airport, officials say. Chelsea Alston, 32, is accused of battering a police officer. Now, this video, I want you to watch this. This is what you're seeing here, dude. You know how we hear about cops having short tempers and stuff?
Yeah.
This is the most patient motherfucker. And what you see here is a guy get just fucking ground down to the bone by this woman. Watch this, dude. Now, what happens here at first is that she was supposed to be on this flight.
Right.
And she's too shit-faced, so they don't let her on the flight.
Right.
So then the cop comes along and is like, hey, you got to get out of here and get on the other side of the TSA because it's a secured area.
Right. Right.
And you don't have... So let's just start there.
Enjoy myself. I'm trying to go home.
See that?
But I've been here for hours. Yeah.
She's got this suitcase. It's got like
Yeah, bad weather. Gotta do
an
something,
engine
right?
or something.
I don't know what we're gonna blame it on, but
Oh, watch out. Yeah, unfortunately, it's their policy. You just can't be that intoxicated when you fly in a plane, okay?
I'm not that intoxicated.
We need you
Yeah.
to go to the terminal.
I'm not that
See?
intoxicated.
Suck
Suck my dick.
Oh, I can suck my.
Okay, Chelsea. Just go to the terminal.
Yo, I'm gonna where am I?
Okay.
I do like that
I'll see you.
suitcase.
It's awesome.
Oh, man, that thing kind of goes fast.
This guy's so patient, man.
I think I'm
Well, you have to as a cop now.
gonna have a bike pursuing a suitcase in a minute. It's gonna be crazy.
That's so funny.
Isn't it? He's just riding his
That's
bike,
so funny.
waving at people.
Totally normal, right? Chelsea, you gotta get off, or the doors are gonna
And
close.
see, all he wants her to do is go on the other side of the TSA
Yeah,
line
thank
to
you.
the non-secure area.
Yeah. Now she's crying. Is she crying?
Chelsea, can you do me a favor? Can you roll with me to the main terminal? You can't hang out here.
He
It's a
tries
secured
even
area.
like child measures. Listen,
Yeah.
I will just leave you alone.
he offers to race her.
Yeah, follow me.
What though?
Follow me, Chelsea. We'll roll out together.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I'll race you.
He's like a child. What do you do with your kids?
Chelsea,
most
let's
patient
just roll
motherfucker.
our little wheels to the other side of TSA, okay?
Okay.
'Cause
She's
this
having
is
a
a
bad
secured
moment
area.
in life.
I gotta
too.
have you on the other side of
Yeah.
TSA, and then I promise you I will leave
Watch
you
this.
alone.
Sister, you leave me alone.
I'm a representative of the Orlando Police Department, and I have been nothing
He's starting to lose his
but
patience.
polite and professional with you.
Drunk, I'm on a
Chelsea,
vehicle. I'm trying to
Chelsea,
I'm
look
on
at me.
vehicle.
Chelsea, look at me. Chelsea, look at me. Thank you. Chelsea, if this continues, you will be arrested for disorderly conduct.
Chelsea, thank
Did you spit at me? She's done.
She spit at
She's
him.
done. She spit at me. Chelsea, you are under arrest. Put your hands behind your back now. Chelsea, you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back now. Do not resist. Do not resist.
Yeah, you can't spit on top.
She does it again.
Stop spitting. Do not
I only
spit. Do you
spit it one
understand?
time.
Do not.
I only spit one time.
Yeah, that's one too much.
Is she hitting her head? No. Nope. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Smash her
Chelsea,
head, no.
stop. Chelsea, you need to stop this nonsense. You need to improve your behavior.
Now
It's
this
like
now
people-
this guy should get a fucking medal for
Yeah.
for
yeah.
patience.
I mean, it's like, dude, listen, man, Johnny, it's something I talk about all the time. It's called the game. What is the game? You have to play the game. And like, if you don't know how to play the game, it's just the universe has ways of rewarding you for things and punishing you for things. It's just the way it is. What are your actions?
yeah.
Right? We can blame systems. It's what are your actions? Play the game.
Well, this is
now
not-
she's like,
This is not playing the game.
well, she's too drunk to know how to play the game, but that in itself is like you don't play the game. You don't get that drunk at the airport.
Yeah, no, you don't. This story's from the New York Times. I just think it's funny. Pastor resigns after incorrectly performing thousands of baptisms. The pastor of the Catholics are all caught up in this liturgy and like doing things by the kind of their rules. or whatever.
anything but talking about people getting molested,
yeah,
right?
exactly. The pastor of a Catholic church in Phoenix changed one word in administering the sacrament, rendering baptisms performed there invalid, the church said. The Reverend Andres Arango was leading a baptism at St. Gregory Catholic Church in Phoenix last year when some people in the pews heard a slight variation in the religious ritual. This is how hung up on this shit they are. We baptize you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, Father Arango said, his voice echoing in the church. But there was a problem. Saying we baptize is incorrect. The Vatican instructs priests to say I baptize. And if it is not said that way, the baptism is invalid.
Yeah, you know what this is called? Wag the dog. Because they don't want you going, oh, yeah, you also fuck kids, okay? So let's do that. Like, hey, let's not worry about that. I mean, don't get me started on a Catholic church. If you're Catholic, I love you. It's nothing against you, but your management needs to go. I want to see outside the Vatican a giant sign that says under new management. That'd be fucking great.
Church leaders investigated and determined last month that Father Arango had incorrectly performed thousands of baptisms over more than 20 years.
Giving a fuck.
Meaning those that he had baptized in Phoenix and at his previous parishes in Brazil and San Diego were not properly baptized. The oversight has caused headaches for those now seeking answers about whether their faulty baptisms have spilled over into other elements of their Catholic faith. For instance, would it affect those who were married by the church? Maybe, according to the Diocese of Phoenix. Unfortunately, there's no single clear answer. So you're talking about people who could, according to their church, what they believe, have like invalid marriages now because this guy got one fucking word wrong when he got.
Imagine giving a fuck.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. And like the last people to judge anybody about getting it right should be the Catholic Church.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely. My Northwest. This is something that we were just kind of talking about, so I thought it was appropriate to do this one. Driver on I-405 caught using a fake skeleton as a passenger in the HOV lane. I've thought about this plenty of times.
I think that's a great idea.
Look at this, dude.
Brian Holtzman had the best joke about that, about picking up homeless people and just driving them, and you can just drop them off anywhere.
That's a good point, yeah. You could just drop them anywhere. Yeah, that's hilarious. Drivers attempting to cheat the HOV lanes in Washington over the years have tried a variety of tactics to fool state troopers. One driver was caught in the act Monday after dressing a fake skeleton in a hoodie and buckling it into the front seat. The fake passenger was highlighted by Washington State Trooper Rick Johnson on Twitter,
let's see
who
this.
caught the offending driver on southbound I-405.
Like,
there it is right
here's
there.
the whole thing. Why are you doing a skeleton? Why are you doing a skeleton?
Probably like a Halloween costume you had.
Yeah,
around,
but dude, it's like, why are you doing a skeleton?
People have had dolls, mannequins, dirty laundry, and in one case, an inflatable Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It became enough of an issue on the state's roadways that in 2019, lawmakers passed a bill tacking on an additional $200 fine to violators who use dummies or any other forms of fake people.
Oh yeah, well that's the difference, dude. If you're like if you catch like the drive from LA to San Diego at the wrong time,
you're fucked.
What's that, about 200 miles? It could take.
It might not even be that long.
It should take you what? If you're going 70?
3 hours. Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, well, it
could take you like 7.
Like, let's see what no traffic right now. Let's see what. Like, you want to go like heart of San Diego?
Yeah, downtown San Diego. Go to American Comedy Company. So Johnny, I got a news story I want to tell you about.
San Diego is 126 miles away, and it should take you an hour and 53 minutes to get there right now. You get there at 2 a.m.
120 minutes?
It's 126 miles away, and it should take you an hour and 54 minutes to get there. That's right now. Yeah.
But, dude, you could drive down there. Sometimes it'll take you 5 to 6 hours. It's moving so slow.
This is kind of cool. An American Airlines flight attendant struck a passenger on the head with a coffee pot when they tried to breach the cockpit mid-flight. Isn't that interesting? An erratic passenger attempted to open the emergency exit door, followed by the flight deck door, a few hours into American Airlines Flight 1775 from L.A. to Washington National on Sunday. Passengers and the crew rushed to subdue the man. A flight attendant struck him on the head with a coffee pot, drawing blood, while passengers held him tight.
Yeah, I'm with you. I go grab another pot and hit him again. Like every day, Johnny. Every time I fly, it's like today is the day that I bring justice to the skies, bro. I'm ready to fight, bro.
Here's a twist. Muaz Mustafa, a passenger on board, explained a flight attendant ran to the back of the plane and got a coffee pot and continues to bash the guy in the head. I honestly thought today I might die. I guess he was worried about them getting in the cockpit and crashing.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, how do you sit down during that? Like, if that shit's going down, that's why, Johnny, I don't believe any of the story on 9/11. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. This is from the Daily News. A botched butt injection is suspected after a woman was dumped at a Bronx hospital and died.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Ladies, those ass implants don't look good. Don't do that.
They look, even the good ones look stupid.
yeah,
Dude.
I mean, dude, wait till the next couple models come
it looks
out.
like you got a fucking shoebox.
You
just
look like
stuffed
you have
inside
a
your ass.
Ninja Turtle shell on your ass, and nobody finds it sexy at all.
A woman died early Tuesday after she was dumped at a Bronx hospital naked from the waist down, and doctors suspect she was the victim of a botched blood injection. Police sources say 2 mystery women are being sought after they drove 53-year-old Maxine Massam to Jacobi Medical Center in her own BMW SUV. So this is a woman driving a BMW SUV, and she couldn't afford to get like a legit sort of ass implant. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, what's more embarrassing, dying from an ass implant or a big dick operation?
Now the women are claiming they're good Samaritans, and they found her in distress at Woodlawn Cemetery and wanted to help her.
Hold on, she's naked getting ass implants at the cemetery.
It's very confusing. Isn't
Like,
that weird?
hold on. So let's be honest here. Why don't you call 911 and just get an ambulance to come there?
Yeah, that is weird.
Who says throw this half-naked chick in my car and let's dump her at the hospital and take off?
Because you don't want to fuck with the police. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now you had cool sculpting, right? You had that done.
Yeah, I had my tits worked.
Do you regret that?
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Well, to Linda Evangelista, it did more than nothing. It kind of fucked her up. Look at, and she's showing some pictures here of. She's got like, did you get any of this? She's got like weird sort of like lumps on her now from this cool sculpting shit.
No.
She's got that. And then she's shared some pictures of her legs. Let me show you. See this? She's got like weird like lumps from cool sculpting.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She looks like she has lumps anyway.
And you know she was getting it.
You know.
The bulges are protrusions and they're hard. If I walk without a girdle and a dress, I will have chafing to the point of almost bleeding, she says.
Oh, man.
Because it's not like soft fat rubbing. It's like hard fat. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm sad for her. That sucks.
I don't trust any of that shit, man.
Yeah,
I
well-
think they get kind of rough and ready with it, and they just force it, to consumers because they
Yeah.
want to make that whoever gets the market first, with that shit.
Yeah.
And I think they bribe people and they do the studies just like they do in other areas. Wink, wink. This is from the New York Times again. Florida woman used a pandemic relief loan to pay a hitman, police say. The authorities say that Jasmine Martinez, 33 of Miami, received the loan 2 weeks before the shooting death of a person called LaShanti Jones as she walked with her toddler.
Oh my God.
The Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, is intended to help businesses meet their payroll during the pandemic, but scores of people have faced charges that they are using the federal loan money on extravagances like Ferraris, Lamborghinis,
Stripper poles, vibrators.
jewelry, and lavish vacations. Now the authorities in Miami say a woman there went to another extreme. She used part of a $15,000 PPP loan to pay a hitman. First of all, if you're paying a hitman for less than $15,000, you're probably getting like the janky
Yeah,
version of a
and
hitman.
someone's going to talk.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're getting busted.
Nobody's being silent for $7,000.
No, you got to get at least like 6, 7. You got to get up there. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to off somebody, you got to go like hundreds of grand.
That's what I would think.
So nobody talks.
Like somebody, you got to bring somebody from out. You got to bring some Irish guys.
I mean, this makes me so sad. Like, you did that in front of somebody's kid, man?
The woman, Jasmine Martinez, 33, received the loan on April 20, 2 weeks before a man wearing a black hooded sweatshirt shot LaShanti Jones to death as
my
she
God.
walked to her apartment building with her 3-year-old daughter.
Oh my God. What are you
Fucking
doing?
unbelievable. Miss Martinez made withdrawals from her bank account totaling more than $10,000 in the days before the killing, the police said. The police arrested Martinez and Romeo Robinson, a man Miss
Here it
Martinez
is.
was in a romantic relationship with,
I mean, what are you doing,
on
man?
charges of first-degree murder
Guys,
and conspiracy.
never do that. Ladies, never do that. It never works out. Never. First of all, you don't murder people. You just don't do that. It's wrong. And it's just, you're going to pay.
This is the kind of hitman you get when you do 10 grand. The police found a video on Mr. Carter's cell phone taken about 2 hours after Mrs. Jones' killing, in which he was counting a large sum of money and saying, "Just another day at the office." So this guy just murdered somebody, And 2 fucking hours later, he's fucking like making it rain on his phone and like just another day at the office.
Do they have a video of it?
We don't have it, but the police have it. Yeah.
What a piece of shit. You get the death penalty, right? Does Florida have death penalty?
Oh shit, yeah, they'll fry your ass. The police believe the
she
shooting.
gets the death penalty. Now, did the guy also? It was obviously over some dick, right?
It sounds like it. Yeah.
So did the guy?
They both are on charges of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
The police believe the shooting was the culmination of a long antagonism between the two women. Fallon Tripoli, a lawyer representing Miss Martinez, said in a statement on Tuesday night that Miss Martinez has always denied any involvement in the tragedy since the first time law enforcement approached her last summer. Jonathan Jordan, a lawyer representing Mr. Robinson, did not immediately respond to requests. So it sounds like, it was just like what you said.
Like, dude, I mean, like, really? So now this poor little baby, her mother and her father is probably gone.
Fuck,
Some people, dude. Jesus Christ. Why would you do that to your kids, man? It just makes no sense to me. She's 3. You got 15 more years. And then you don't have to deal with this bitch anymore.
Some people should.
I shouldn't even call that lady a bitch. I take that back. I'm sorry. I'm very sad about that. This, like, now that I have kids, like, this affects me.
Some people should fucking burn, man.
Oh yeah, they're all gonna get. All 3 of them are gonna get the death penalty. It's like goodbye. You don't do that, dude. You just don't do that, man. It's just like own your shit. You had a kid with somebody. You own it. You take care of that kid. It's not about you anymore. So I'm super sad. That's a super sad story. That hits me emotionally. I love my kids.
I got an animal video to end it.
Okay.
What's your thing, though?
So have you heard the awesome Twitter account called Defiant L's? Oh, dude, look it up. It's the best.
Like L's, like
Defiant L's. So it recently got took down from Twitter. And
how am I supposed to look it up?
Well, look it up because it's a whole story on it, and I'm sure you'll hear a story.
Wait, I found a Twitter here with 500,000. Is this it?
Yeah, but is it going? Because supposedly everyone was talking about how they took it down. So this is what
it's back now. Yeah.
Okay. Because they got so much shit. Because what this guy does is he takes old tweets and compares them to their new tweets.
Oh, that's so funny. It's like freezing cold takes or whatever. Or what? Yeah, freezing cold takes.
Right,
I think.
Right. So what happens is he doesn't do anything other than post the tweets together. So he's just screenshotting shit. And he's gotten so big. Okay?
This is fucking great. This one is this guy, Quintez Brown, a Courier Journal, like maybe a columnist. And the headline is Kentucky's concealed carry law shows your life doesn't matter to gun-loving Republicans. And then there's another headline from the same fucking newspaper. Activist Quintez Brown named in attempted shooting of Louisville mayor candidate Greenberg.
What the fuck, man?
That's great.
Go down and see some. I mean, dude, he nails everybody.
These are wonderful. This is from someone called Dean Blundell. We don't dox. You fucking rejects do it to yourselves, mostly because you're not smart. And this is another tweet from old Dean. So here's the give, send, go donor list. He was another one.
Can you believe this? And this guy was like supposedly a huge radio personality.
Well, fuck him.
In Canada, and he got canceled. And now he's doing that?
Cancel culture has no place in a free society. That's from Nick Adams. And then Nick Adams also tweeted, Dr. Dre is a criminal. He assaulted a police officer. He has no business being celebrated in a halftime show.
So here's the thing. That's obviously making fun of the right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So he does both sides.
This is Hillary
great.
Clinton.
This is the best.
May have heard of her. Hillary Clinton writes, computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to a Russian-based bank.
Like, dude, she is so unself-aware. It's unbelievable.
And this is from this recent story that you may have heard. New York Post. Clinton campaign paid tech workers to dig up Trump-Russia connections. Report.
Like, and dude, the media is not talking about this. Obviously, Fox News is, but the media is not.
That was a huge story. That's a huge story.
Yeah, but is the media finally starting?
Fuck no, you're right. No, I'm saying it should have been way bigger than it was. You're right.
But
Only Fox was talking
but wouldn't you agree that this is? I think it's bigger than Watergate because it implicates not just Hillary Clinton but Obama.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Who was spying on an elected president in a hopes of overthrowing him, which is the real coup d'etat that they've been talking like January 6th is.
This is from the Post Business, the Washington Post business page, I guess. Hey, Republicans, stop fighting vaccine and mask mandates. And then later they post, mask mandates didn't make much of a difference anyway.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a great. So they took it down. But the point of this is like, he doesn't, you could tell.
I love it.
He doesn't put any political spin on it. He just posts the hypocrisy. And they took him down. Yeah, so now he's back, which is great because it's one of the best.
I like that. I'm going to follow that.
Yeah, and can you also
he kind of did Jacques the flavor of
can you go libs on TikTok?
He kind of got freezing cold takes, so he kind of took their thing and did it a little.
Well, you know what?
Did it better,
he's
maybe.
killing it.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Libs on TikTok. Can you find that?
Is that
one?
on Twitter?
Yeah, I think so. Libs on TikTok. Yeah, read this. This is the guy that outed.
Oh, you're really obsessed with this guy, huh?
But watch what he's doing. What is he doing?
Nothing scares me. Nothing.
He's reading those comments.
But what's he doing?
Yes, I doxed the truckers. I did it. It was me. I hacked Give, Send, Go, baby. And I do it again.
I mean, this is a crazy person. Obviously, he's on drugs.
But is he tweaking? He doesn't.
I do it 100
he's
times.
tweaking. Look at him.
I did it.
What's his like gyrating thing?
It's speed, dude. You've seen him around people like that.
What are you gonna do to me? Huh?
You know that.
Look at it. It's so weird.
He might be on like ecstasy or something. Actually,
I think he might. Like, look at that.
I hacked Epic Hosting.
Go down.
I hacked Parler. I hacked Gab.
This is funny.
I hacked Truth Social.
I like this. This is
I
funny.
hacked Go, Give, Send, Go. I don't care.
I wish I could hack. I would love to do hacking.
Really? You want to hack, bro?
Oh yeah.
How about you just whack, bro?
I'm
I do plenty of
literally
that.
put my name into the news tab on Google, and you can find everything I've done.
This guy.
I am literally
Such
in
a
every
piece of
mainstream media publication
So-
for the things that I do.
Someone put out.
I'm not an unknown.
Will you go see the? So will you go down? Somebody put. Oh, keep going down. They have a whole thing of it. Somebody keep going down.
What am I looking for?
Somebody found his address. I'm not gonna. we're not gonna-
Is this?
Somebody found his address where he lives. Yeah.
I'm a hacker, security researcher, and founder of the Hacktivist Collective Anonymous. Nice to meet you. Y'all, I ain't shit.
I thought anonymous was supposed to be, you know.
He said he
anonymous.
founded Anonymous.
That's what you just said. Yeah.
What? Isn't this where he says he's gay communist?
Yeah, I'm a commie. I'm a commie, an anarchist. I don't care. You know, communism, bring me fully
Wait. Hold on. A commie and an anarchist, those are, I mean, diametrically opposed things.
Yeah, like how
Doesn't
can
make
you
any
be
sense.
that?
I think this guy's just trolling. I do.
I think he really does this stuff.
Well, maybe, but I think this is trolling.
But what he's known for now is hacking the people who fund or sending money to the
the gifts and go stuff.
yeah, and then doxing the truckers. But like, if you're communist, aren't you for the workers? Aren't you for?
Well, yeah, communist is like a left wing movement, though. You can't. I mean, they're not. That's
Is that the point of communism? Is to give it to everybody?
Yeah, but
it's the difference between a lockdown and a shutdown.
The problem is, though, is that communism is based on this flawed premise that everybody who is in that working class is going to be a leftist because it's the most obvious choice for them, and that's just not true.
Yeah, and they don't really understand what that is.
Yeah, it's
they don't,
all
like,
because Marx.
How do you think
didn't
Russia
understand how
treats
society works?
dudes with pink and red hair?
Yeah, they have a way to treat.
Now,
them.
are we going to get in trouble for that stuff?
Oh, I don't think so, but I want to show you.
Are we done?
Yeah, but just speaking of Russians, maybe they might treat them a little better than you think they would. There's this fucking Russian singer that I used to listen to in college that just used to make me and my friend laugh. We can kind of end on this if you want. Oh God, what is his name? It starts with a V.
Is that where the guy humps the thing as he sings?
Yeah.
I love that, dude. That was on Kimmel for a while. Right?
Yeah. Maybe this guy right here. This is one of his songs.
Is that where he humps the thing?
Well, not humps. I thought you said hum. No. This guy's really weird, dude. That's one of his songs there, but I want to. Oh, here it is, right? Okay.
Be prepared
for dirty dancing. This shit used to make me laugh so hard. So maybe they brought for that guy. This guy's a huge star. What they listen to over there. This made you laugh? No, it's not. Just watch this. Are we gonna get docked for this? I don't think it's live performance. I think it's just... Isn't that weird, dude? Look at that woman, she's like, God, that was hot. Dude, they said the Beatles used to make the women pee their pants up at it. That would be like rivers of piss just running down the aisles. Like, really? Yeah, like the guy from Pete Townsend said that he witnessed. I got tickets for the Who in November, by the way, at the Hollywood Bowl. They having my girl going, I cannot wait, dude. They're playing with like an orchestra, you know?
Anyway, I just want to show you the other video with him too that we were just looking at because it looks fucking crazy. This one is almost weird. This is just what, you're saying they don't put up with shit in Russia, but look at this guy. Like, what the fuck, bro? You think these are like Putin supporters here?
Hey, in Russia, everybody's a Putin supporter. Yeah, but you know what this reminds me of it? Of like when America used to be super white, right? Like this is what happens when you don't let ethnics.
wait, hold on, watch this. Yeah, you're so right. Watch what he does.
Like, who is his parents?
And dude, he's like fat now, so he goes out on like tour, and does all this shit, but he's fat. Yeah, it's really
What does he look like now?
I'll show you.
What year is this?
This is probably 15 years ago.
So now he's fat.
Yeah. Vitas, he's like at some Dutch concert. Live festival. He made an appearance. This is it right here. Yeah, and he's
not
still
that bad.
Well, but he's not like you. He's aged.
So good to be back. Last year was fucking insane.
Like, dude, there's so many people into shit that we just have no idea about.
Oh yeah, that's what you learn at the Hollywood Bowl.
So I decided to contact that artist. I reached out to him, and I invited him here to perform and share the stage with you tonight, all the way
He's not
from
sharing the stage with
Russia.
us.
Please give a warm welcome to Vitas.
I mean, that looks like fucking Woodstock, dude.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Look at him.
Oh yeah.
So weird. This is like half the people didn't know his name but know the song, And they're like, oh yeah, that guy with the weird tongue thing.
I do like this though. I would jam to this.
Look at him, he's so weird, dude.
We're about to turn it up a notch right now.
Oh, yeah, we're turning up a notch. Go.
Here we go.
Dude, I went on a YouTube fucking spiral on this one day and just watched every video. Look at him weird. It's weird.
I wish I could be that good.
That good? What do you mean he's not doing anything?
So we got together, and we decided to make our own track to perform right here.
Oh, I can't
for
wait.
the very first time.
I'm so jacked.
I'm so excited.
There are a lot of beautiful women at this festival. I feel like I've heard that before. I don't think he wrote that. Oh, she knows the words.
stupid. Like, this guy's a big dick celebrity in Russia. Look at this is what people are into in the Netherlands.
Dude, that'd be so great. That just crashed.
Those people came from India. That's cool. South Africa.
Indian
Sorry.
chicks
That's a
like
South
to
African
party,
flag. I
bro.
love it. Oh, look at her.
And they're afraid of dogs.
Anyway, so you see what I end up looking
Dude,
at on YouTube.
every time you're on the road, every time I see videos of foreign places, I'm like, there's so many hot chicks there, and I'm never gonna hook up with any of them.
It's sad, right?
Does that make you sad?
It makes you wish you could live more lives, right?
Like, there's just so many hot chicks, and you're not gonna bang hardly any of them.
Don't you wish you could live more lives and just kind of?
Dude, who do you think's fucked the most chicks? Like Wilt Chamberlain.
It sounds like Chamberlain, yeah.
And like he only got what, 20,000?
Something like that, yeah.
Out of like how many billions in the world?
7 point. Well, it's half of 4 billion maybe women.
Oh, at the
5.
time he was alive, so
Probably,
it was
let's say
probably
2 billion. Yeah.
So of like a billion chicks, he got 20 of them.
Yeah, and that's not it. I mean, that's not
That's
even a percent.
Yeah,
I mean, it's less.
And he
less
tried. He was supposedly banging like 3 chicks a day. They would just like wait in the lobby, and he'd be like, no,
Respect,
every
man.
number. Yeah, total. Dude.
Respect. Yeah.
And women hate that stuff, but it's like, hey, you're the ones fucking these guys, right?
But I just is this the energy that those Indian people had? Look at this woman. This massive,
No. Pure fear. Pure
Like, she's
fear.
like-
Pure fear. Pure fear. Oh my God. That's so funny. That dog is not your pet. That's your roommate. Look at that. How much do you think that dog weighs?
This is just that. Oh, that dog's huge. That massive.
See, I don't like
I think
that shit.
Watch
Don't
this.
do that to
No, but watch what he so.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you got locked in a fucking cage, you fucking fuck. All right, dude.
I love animal videos. All right, good show.
Hey, okay, yeah, quick. Can
Well,
I also?
I'll see you Friday, right?
All right, bud. I'll see you guys Friday.
What? No, what you?
No,
wanna do
I
something?
want to do something that I forgot to add at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Well, let's end the thing. Then.
All right, guys. Please leave us a 5-star review. Please leave us some quick, fast, funny stories that you think.
Yeah. Call the number. Call the voicemail.
And what do we want? In a minute?
Yeah. Let me give you the. Actually, we'll cut this into the earlier thing, the voicemail thing. All right. Bye, guys. See you.
Bye, guys.
See ya.